Now I was out the door with her and I asked her for her luggage. Now I'm realizing that I really love her. Doom doom. Brian Hicks Bay, transportation of raw material.
I was riding on two motherfucking wheels. Oh, you did something? I tried to say like
Peace. Give us a minute. Give us a minute.
that.
Y'all, huh?
I ain't gonna eat on them day on steam. I ain't trying to hungry.
First off, I'm gonna let you that I do this for real. I do this for real. And the kill. But hey. I don't want no deal. Just so many tears. Be mine. Like David Chappelle. Hey! I'm trying to find a way to raise my pay rate. Boy, he's going off. Hey. All right, he said he got 448 grams on his plate. Man, what? Yeah, he said he got 448 grams on his plate. That's what B said. Yeah. Okay. Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell me my boy don't be going off. Hey! Here's the sun goes down. That's my movie, Brian Hicks Bay. Transportation of raw materials. Let's go. Hey. He said, Bruce Leroy, I got the glow. I'm just rolling through my boy album. Y'all ready? Listen to this next one. This is my summer anthem, and I ride in the drop top. Dang, check him out. Riding through the ghetto. Riding through the ghetto. Check him out. Through the west side where I reside. Let that boot. Let's go. Man, we was born to be royalty. I BSC not. Riding through the ghetto. Riding through the ghetto. And you know it. And you know it.
What he say? And you know it.
That's what he said. Take these and please don't throw it. Let me know. Ride through the ghetto. Next track on our album. Ooh, Lord, I'm struggling. That's right. This is my Noble album. Brian Hicks Space. Transportation of raw materials. Streaming on all platforms. The album stupid. Cause I like Mimi. He be going off. He be going off. Watch what's gonna happen though, y'all. He said, I ain't saying no particular name, but if it's you, get out the game. Come on, Brian, man. Last one, we're going to get into this teacher. Last one, we're going to get into this teacher, man. Because the whole album fire, man, and that's what I'll be telling us. Like, we have talent. I can recall right now. That's what he said. I can recall. Listen to what he said.
Stuck in the middle of there and hear me, Lord, I need you here.
I need you here.
Don't mean no phone, you won't collect their tears. But every now and then they do fall. But I'm ready for whenever you call. I'll be here. Whenever you call, it gives me chills.
It give me chills.
Whenever you call, I can't stay still. But I can't recall the last time you called.
Come on now.
I know these things are not stay up.
My boy, man.
Oh, this is my other one. I like this one.
AK, MJ.
Buy shit to appreciate. Fat blunt just to elevate. Then alleviate. Yo, I'm high, you should see my face. Never real like to see the gates. Stack case like free to lay. So I'm free to lay wherever I oblige. So I live forever, so I'm never out of time. Never God for use wherever I can find. Your belly button mean you were stealing from your moms. Yeah. Money make you come, you got that go feel. You put a smile on your face, but you get so serious. At the end of the day, we all some ghetto children. You try to stop the process. I'ma hit you with some objects. Coming straight up off on the onset. When I'm battling the contest, just you looking at the prospect. Motherfucker, look, little bust. Can't believe I had love for you when I was low on the love. Tell me where were you when times got tough and life lackluster. Yes, that must make me think I wouldn't bounce back like rubber. Took me for some type of sucker or something. Thought I went through more than trouble for nothing. Can't believe you measure me to some money that's funny. Bitch, I'm the better treasures than the deepest of seas. My how you slumber is sleep with the knees. You trickers and slaves and seek to be free, but begging for peace and weaker than me. You can't. That's crazy, insane. I would say you could run a rat race if it those ain't the games that I would play.
All right. Ooh, woo. Last one. Last one.
Once again.
Okay. In my hand. Woo, woo.
Situation that you in, it's not new. Fucked up, it's how life got you. That thing that you do for money, it's not true. You only working on a job cause you got to. It hurt my nigga, I feel you.
He said you only working a job because you got to.
Since I know that the good God heal you, I wanna get you right for me. Okay, now I've seen the snakes climb trees. Monkeys wear suits for sleeves. A rat kill a cat on the chase with cheese. But it's your job to chase the ability to
Come on, that's a hit, man. That's a hit. Yeah, my boy be going off, man. My noble be going off. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, 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 peace. I just wanted to give a little introduction, get relaxed. Had a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day, every single day in the land of the living. Get your pencils, get your papers. Get your pencils and your papers. It's okay to ask questions out of love, because that's what we're here for. This is a safe place to ask questions. This is a safe place to pick up your research. Pick up what you think you know and what you profess that's law or what you profess. And ride with me and look at the language. Always look at the language. But we're going to deal with some topics that I had the pleasure to talk to some people about in different religious backgrounds.
Peace.
Different religious backgrounds, and just have a little conversation. But yeah, let me see something. I got notes everywhere. I have notes everywhere, but I want to get to something. I might do an intermission again and play my boy songs again. I think, matter of fact, I am going to do that. I'm gonna do an intermission and play a couple more of my Noble Mufti songs, Brian Hicks Bay, before we get to the main topic. But we're gonna have a subtopic. A subtopic, I always talk about language and language. So the first thing I say, get in your hippocampus, the Syriac language. Get in your hippocampus, the Syriac language. And I ask brothers and sisters the questions. Are anybody familiar with that language? Oh boy, we're gonna have a good conversation on linguistics. Anybody know that language or familiar with? Anybody familiar with that language, with the Syriac language? The SYRIAC language. All my Islamic brothers or just any of my brothers and sisters that study, are you familiar with that language? Or the alphabet? Or are you familiar with origin or meanings of words? Because this is gonna be a great build. Not only is it gonna be a great build, it's gonna be an educational build. It's always, and here at the BBT, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, which we are a school, we're here to illuminate scriptures. We're not against nothing. We're not for nothing. But the thing as a human and have your religious rights and being an American, I'm a Moorish American, I choose to be that. We have the right to discuss and use things for reference. The law protects us. The copyright law protects us using things for scholarship. So when people profess, or when people say, this is a law, or this is a word, or this is the original, and this hasn't been tampered with, or this is it's not inspired by from other texts, then prove it. You know? Then prove it. Right? If what I'm getting ready to ask you questions and you can look up things, I always ask brothers, when my religious brothers and sisters talk this talk, no matter what size, this is the original and it hasn't been tampered with. Okay. Then I ask a person, especially my Islamic brothers and sisters. I do with my so-called Hebrew Israelite brothers when I be showing them like none of it was even, it wasn't even a thought historically. So when we do these things, we have to do it the right way in scholarship. If you are a biblical scholar, a Quranic scholar in general, a religious scholar, a historian, these are the things that you agree with as a scholar when you're dealing with the language. So when I ask my Islamic brothers and sisters, when they profess that the Quran is the original as it haven't been tampered with, and it's the original this and that, and I say, well, if it's the original, what is the original language? If you say Arabic, you lost. I'm sorry. And it's no disrespect to none of my brothers, and all scholars know that. They'll be like, well, yes. They'll be like, well, yes, this brother is telling you facts. And he's not arguing with you on your religious perspective or your belief system, because you can believe in a damn rock. I'm not going to argue with your rock belief. But when you profess a book, or when you profess a religious perspective, or when you say this is the language and this and that and this is the original, well, just give me the original with the original language and I'll shut up. You can't produce it. And if you do produce it, then you will have to be honest and where the origin, where the alphabet of this so-called Arabic language or even perspective of Quranic study originate from or origin from. So if you say this is original and this and that and the other, and I can say, are you 100% sure that your alphabet don't originate and its origin don't come from this and that? And then the next topic I'm gonna talk about is, and if I can find these topics in older Jewish texts, what can you say? Will you argue all day? Or would you admit that you know this, but it don't matter? Are we willing to be honest with our brothers and sisters to say, you know what? I don't know the language. You know what? I was told some things. Because when you deal with scholarship and you deal with language, you cannot arbitrarily and say, well, it means this to me. If you say that, then you lost. And then you should say that off the top where you don't know for sure. Because if you're not doing the language, my brothers and sisters, with all due respect to no matter what you profess, if you're not doing the language of what you profess, and if you're not doing the linguistics of what you profess, and if you're not willing to do that work, because the language is going to get you caught up every time. You must understand that. What? The language is going to get you caught up every single time. And that's something that we have to sit down and say, okay, well, and deal with it. And then I can show you how a lot of brothers and sisters from their religious perspective and their religious unknowing, or maybe they just know. And like I said, we are worst enemies. It's like a Scooby-Doo trick. You know, when you see Scooby-Doo and you think this enemy, but then when you take the damn mask off, it's somebody that looks just like you. You know what I mean? That's why I call it the Scooby-Doo effect. How? Because look what we done to each other. And when a person can come with the facts, it's just like a person saying they were the eyewitness, and then when the facts come to the matter, they wasn't even there. The hypocrisy in that. It's like you wouldn't take nobody's word like that in no court of law if you was no attorney. So if that's the case, if something that someone is professing is word, and no matter who it is, it can be a scholar don't have a dog in a fight, it can be a different anything, but just a scholar of that specific craft, because that's where the spirit, or that's where their interest was in their specific study. Just like if you study Alexandria, like I did, if you study everything else. A lot of things, when you start hitting certain areas, and a lot of times when you're interested in language, you have to have an interest in these specific crafts. Remember what I say, because these are all tools. I'm not better than anyone. Believe me, I can't be. And if all this I can show you that was written in lexicons and in all these different languages and alphabets, so I'm telling you I'm not better than you. What I'm saying is these specific crafts, you have to have an interest too. And once you have an interest in these specific crafts, and if the Spirit takes you there, because the Holy Spirit going to have to take you there, sometimes it just get you there if you're in scholarship, because that's where it's going to get you. You will be able to, agree on peer-reviewed scholarly research, no matter what religious dogmatic perspective that you can come with. You can speak truthful. You can say, well, wait a minute. Now, the reason why a lot of these so-called religious figures, imams, don't want you to ask these questions that I'm going to give you is because, or this dissertation that I'm going to give you, because they want to keep you in the land of unknowing. It's like a Hansel and Gretel, or like how they draw up the breadcrumbs. You done went somewhere, I done took you somewhere, and then all the way I took you, the breadcrumbs that I dropped down, I'm picking them up and eating them. And then I tell you to close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, and poof, I'm gone. You in the middle where you don't know where the heck you are. I leave you stranded. And that's what's happening to brothers. I'm telling you, brothers is being stranded on something that an individual that use these things, these tools, this lack of understanding to keep you suppressed of a lack of understanding. Oh, this is getting ready to get deep. This is getting ready to get deep. The rabbit hole getting ready to get deep. Watch this. And I ask everybody that's here, research what I'm saying and see if I'm telling you anything that's not factual. See if I'm saying anything that's not factual. I bet you can't prove it. You might not like me. You might not like my turban. You might not like my candor. You might not like none of that. But I bet you can't say, yep. Because everything I'm giving you is a schoolmaster. Everything I'm giving you is nothing. It's not high science. This is not, he dropping some old hot, something that nobody never heard. The reason why, never heard this is because you haven't been introduced to it. So then being introduced to something, meaning it was already there. Not something so new, what you mean? Because if you haven't been introduced to something, that means what? Others has been introduced. Or those that the Holy Spirit or their interests gravitate them, they will be introduced into what? What I'm talking about. That has nothing to do with color. You see what I'm saying? That's why I come from wisdom. And wisdom moves everything. We've been subjugated on what? Man-made religious dogmatic perspective over language and linguistics and understanding. See, I come to you with wisdom. Prophet and the angel come from amongst your brothers and sisters. See, I can add value too. See, we can look back at things. But these people that been gone, peace be among them, they can't look into the future. Understand what I'm saying? So when I come from wisdom and I show you, I say, yes, this is matter factual, but in this piece of science, we don't rock like this. Why? Because that's not factual, because of X, Y, Z. But we can take this and use it. Why? Because that's what we do with wisdom. It's a living entity. But watch this. Fact check me on what I'm getting ready to say. Right? In the Syriac, I always be telling my brothers and sisters, my Islamic brothers and sisters, I don't care if you're Nation of Islam, I don't care if you're Sunni, all of them have some different tenets, ordinance, whatever that they agree or disagree in. That's number one. Just like I be talking about language. How can it be some matter factual when if you say you this type of person and all y'all have a different language? Like the European Jews, they speak Yiddish. You see somebody else speak a different language. Somebody else speak a different language. So let's deal with the wisdom. We're talking about now. We can talk about Aramaic, right? What was the name of Jesus or God, in Aramaic? You're gonna find Allah. So now you'd be like, wait a minute. Because a lot of people say, what's older than this? You hear a lot of Muslim brothers say, well, this and that and the other. The Koran is the original this, the original that, original. So I say, I have to stop them. And I say, okay, well, original, and what do you mean? What, original fallacy? Original story? What, when you talk about the red book, and this and that and the other book, are you talking about something that just been told and you can't prove what you're saying with your compass and square? Now, these is facts. So you have to be like, well, what you saying? We have to sit down and we have to do that whole, how can I say, dissection with our test tube and our beakers per se, and the language, and to show you if you're saying something is word and you're dealing with a person that's a scholar, it can be easily illuminated from love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Then the person will have to say, well, this is our tradition, or this is something that's relating to this. That's like you saying an orange relate to an apple. How the hell do an orange relate to an apple? How? It ain't. That's an orange, that's an apple. You know what I'm saying? But watch this. In the Syriac, you remember the word Koran means reading or scripture reading, right? It refers to the recitation of scripture. And even when you research Pentateuch, when you research all these things that these brothers be telling you to try to get you in separation with them, they have to sit down and be like, okay, well, they might not show up. Because remember, the language is going to get you caught up every single time. What? The language. I'm trying to tell you. Watch this. Watch what we do. I'm going to give you two witnesses. But watch, the Quran, or the Qur'ania, means reading or scripture reading. Reading or scripture reading. It refers to the recitation of scripture, particularly during religious services. While the Quran itself is the holy books of Islam, the term is Syriac. It predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. Did you just hear what I just said? Because if you didn't hear what I just said, ain't no truth in you. That's what your brother getting ready to tell you. I'm getting ready to demonstrate it. And Stevie Wonder, he can't even see, but he can see what I'm saying. I mean, I hope we're not being biased on this wisdom, because once again, I'm giving you a schoolmaster. I'm not dealing with high wisdom. If anybody take the time and you got your kids or you this and that and the other and somebody telling you how to do this and you say, well, no. Okay, well, let's sit down, just have this honest conversation with yourself and others and see what I'm saying makes sense. And then you have to be honest and say, well, you know what? I may not have heard this. I profess something and I may have been sincere, but I'm sincerely wrong. You have to be. Because the language is going to get you caught up every time. Let's continue. Right? Let me reverse. Let me reverse just back to a sentence. Yeah, what they say, reverse. And I ain't going to go too far back. I'm just going to go to a sentence. While the Quran itself is the holy book of Islam. Okay, yeah, we know that. The term what? The term Quran is Syriac. And it's what? Predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. So if you say, oh, the Quran is the original, no disrespect, how can it be original and the Quran and the Syriac predates the Islamic text? If you say you a scholar, what type of scholar? If you say you an Islamic scholar and a linguistic scholar and you disagree with me, you a fool. This what I'm telling you out of my mouth, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm telling people matter facts for facts. When I say facts on facts on facts, so when people come to you and profess like they a scholar, and you say you a scholar, are you sure? Okay, well, what? Well, I'm a historic scholar, I'm a linguistic scholar, I'm a scholar of language. Well, if I give you this little small tittle of wisdom, and you a Muslim and all this, and you don't agree, then what? You have a religious, dogmatic perspective. Am I right or am I wrong? This all I'll be asking, brothers and sisters. I'm saying, am I right or am I wrong? Now, we talk about when everybody said, well, education, we need education. Well, this education. This what we talk about? Oh, you don't know how to read. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, family? This is the crazy stuff that people will tell you. Watch, let me put my eyes on. While the Quran itself is the holy book of Islam, of course, we know that. The term, what? Quran. So if you name your book after something and that term come from something, you cannot say that it's the original. Oh, but you can make, oh, well, we didn't know that. And see, and that's the game where you can't say you a scholar. You can't say you a historian. You can't say you a religious historian. You can't say none of that. Because let me reverse all the way back to get you caught into the science. The science is what you can see with your own two eyes. And that's why this stuff don't go viral. And that's why this stuff don't be going viral and people don't share it on their page. Because it's matter factual. Because what's been shared is confusion. I tell my brothers and sisters, what's been put on a platter for us and spoon-fed to us is what? Confusion. Niggardly actions. Confusion. I'm telling you. And this is what I'm telling people. What? Confusion is what? Religious confusion is one of the main factors in what I'm demonstrating today and what I've been demonstrating all through this, you want to say religious, educational, spiritual experiences that I'm giving you. You can document this. And then you can say, fact check. One thing you can say is, that brother Kari Hakeem Goodman Bey, she Kari Hakeem Goodman Bey of the Burning Bush Tabernacle Scientific School, gave everything we can look, research and look. And he said he have a library. Everything you need, you can get it from him. This is what he said. This is what he showed you from over and over and over. So how can anybody feel a certain way and don't feel good when I speak to them, when I look like you, when I give you a clear understanding of what you're seeing when you see me? When I give you a clear understanding of how people profess or try to say what these words mean. And when I give you the research on a platter, when I give it to you as hors d'oeuvres, because I'm not even giving you the what we call it, the full meal, Empress. This is the hors d'oeuvre. I'm giving you this before you even get the meal. Some people that eat the hors d'oeuvre let me get this, that, and the other. You eat all that, you be like, man, well, I'm full. See, I'm giving you an analogy. Say you get full, you're gonna get full. I ain't even gave you the course meal yet. I gave you some snacks. What they call them, Empress, at the restaurant?
What?
The little snack. Do you want these before your meal come out? What they call them? What they call it?
Lord have mercy.
I don't know. But y'all get what I'm talking about.
Snacks. Shit.
Yo.
Appetizers.
Appetizers. She said snacks.
It's what you say, she. Motherfucking snacks.
She said some damn snacks. But right. But right. You can give. I'm sorry, y'all. But you can get food off the snacks or the appetizer. You know what I'm saying? And that can be enough for everything that give you the wisdom. Watch what I'm saying. Watch this. Watch this. While the Quran itself is the holy book of Islam, the term, what term? Quran. I mean, we can't be that stupid. What? The term Quran. The term Quran, the term in Syriac, predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. In Arabic, the word Quran is derived. Do we know what derived mean? Come on, my Islamic scholars, all my historians that be playing this stupid game with our own people. It's derived from what? The verb araka or ara or akara, meaning to read or recite. So this is the thing. How can you recite something you don't know how to read? Now, it's only one way to recite something that you don't know how to read. Let me tell you how. Somebody got to show you. You see how I can keep fact checking this and be like, well, damn. So if somebody tell you something, you don't know if it's really what it is, do you? No, because you don't know the language. You just reciting. You just reciting what they told you. So when you really get to the meat and the potatoes of it, you might not eat meat and potatoes. I'm using it as an analogy. How can you write something you don't know how to read? I'm getting with language. I'm proving my point because I can never prove myself wrong. I'm always trying to prove what's right in our face. How? Because truth has no size. Truth is like a lion. It can defend itself. And when we're dealing with this context, I'm showing you the language without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. See, that's why this type of stuff don't go viral. Because that's why a lot of religious people don't share it. Because when you do that, and when all these people say they, whatever type of scholars is Christian scholars or religious scholars or linguistic scholars, you're going to be proven what? Really, you're not. Why? Because this brother just gave you language. The Syriac connection. Many scholars believe the word Quran has a connection to the term Kirana. Syriac Christian context. In the Syriac Christian tradition, Quran is used to refer to the reading or the recitation of scripture, often in liturgical settings. What scripture? Come on, man. While Arabic script is related to Syriac, they try to say now it is not directly evolved from it. This is what they try to say. According to now this I'll tell people you can't use Wikipedia for your wisdom. The Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the Nabatean. So now they telling on themselves. And see, now you remember, I like when people set themselves up. See, in scholarship and in academia, I say, you playing a dangerous game if you don't know tracks. You know, the arrogance of you will get you caught up. Y'all heard that someone's caught up? You know, I'm using it in when you profess things and say, well, no. It comes from the what language you just to say? You say the Nabatean? Okay. All right. Now keep that in your head. It says the Arabic alphabet most likely evolve. What did you say, Sheik? From Wikipedia, where everybody go. Watch this now. I'm telling you, you get caught up. The Arabic alphabet most likely Not probably didn't. Or this. It said most likely. Not likely, most likely. So it's putting action on the word likely. Most likely evolved from the Nabatean alphabet. So now you don't play, you know what they say? You know you done effed up, don't you? You know you done effed up. See, I love this, man. When I say it's funny. And when I talk to my Islamic brothers, when they say they know language and they study language, I say, man, no, you don't. Because if you did, you got to agree with what your brother is saying from love. If not, then you have a religious dogmatic perspective. And that's from an area of unknowing. It's no disrespect to no one. And if we can't have these conversations as brothers and sisters, I'm going to keep telling you that's what keep us separate. How? From wisdom and knowledge. And my people are destroyed for what? For lack of what? Knowledge. My people are destroyed from what? Lack of knowledge of what? Self. Everything that I'm saying. And we act like this is not a schoolmaster when I'm giving you. You acting like I'm giving you some high science. And I'm not giving you no high science. Watch how we catch a person up in their demonstration. Watch how you can catch all these Wikipedias and all these people that profess something, but then don't know the language and don't know the origin or where things progress from. When I say origin, or the etymology, or the etymine, or the etymon of words come from, and then words mean what they were back then, today, and in the future, and forevermore. I'm trying to tell you, scholarship. Now, if they say, while the Arabic script is related to the Syriac, so now, one, you admitting that what? You admitting that the Arabic script is related to the Syriac script. So therefore, if you admit that the Arabic script is related to the Syriac, then what does the Syriac script come from? Ancient Christian Orthodox literature, right? Right. You have to say right? Hold on, let me get some libations. My throat dried in, and you know. So therefore, I'm setting a precedent for all my scholars. You know everybody that profess that they're a scholar, but then they're gonna disagree. Well, brother, I don't agree. No, you cannot disagree if you're a scholar. You can't disagree if you're a scholar. If you're a scholar, I don't care what religious, whatever you profess. If you say you're a scholar, you can't disagree with what I'm saying. If you do, then you're not a scholar. You have a dogmatic religious perspective, and it might be Eurocentric or Negrocentric or Eurocentric or Negrocentric or whatever the heck it may be. But it's one of those two. Or it might be some other dogmatic perspective, but it's not no scholarship. So, while the Arabic script is related to the Syriac, so you just said the Arabic script is related to the Syriac. What Arabic script? How much of the Arabic script? A little bit? Tiny of it? All of it? Is all of it from it? Is all of it come from this? Is you telling me all this, what you telling me, come from this? Well, wait a minute. Do all of it come from this? Maybe, huh? Oh my God. Because while the Arabic script is related, but if you say this original and this, none, the other, how can it be related to something that's original? Come on, you better talk to me. Because see, now you're going to get into a dirty game when you're playing with me. When you say it's something original, how can something be original? And you say, wow, the Arabic script is related to the Syriac. And not vice versa. The Syriac is related to the Arabic. You see, I'm going to catch you up every time you try to say some stupid stuff. So therefore, what? This is related to that. Not that related to this. I hope y'all listening to what I'm saying. And if you have any understanding in you, you would say what? Yes, sir. Now they say it did not directly evolve from it. Now watch this. This is what they say according to Wikipedia, where everybody like to look at. Okay, well, go look at Wikipedia. Now I'm gonna get you caught up in another deadly trap. Watch this. The Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the Nabatean alphabet. Okay. You might not have ever heard of that alphabet, have you? So, brothers and sisters, listen to me. How can something be original, brothers and sisters? And say it's Arabic, and you say that this language is derived from the Nabatean alphabet. So if it's derived from the Nabatean alphabet, then the language comes from what? Then the language comes from the what? Come on, I'll wait. Watch this. I hope we got some smart people in elementary wisdom, because this is the schoolmaster. This when I say, if this goes to this, it means this. And if this don't go with this, it means this. Subjective and objective. Now, you can't play no game when you say you a scholar in language, or an Islamic scholar, or whatever type of scholar that you profess. What I'm asking you, and don't tell me, well, your prophet told you this. I'm not asking you that. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm saying 1 Thessalonians 5:21 proves something. That's what we're doing. We're demonstrating we're in school. We are in school. So the Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the Nabatean alphabet, which itself is derived from the Aramaic alphabet. Some scholars suggest that the Syriac may have influenced the development of the Arabic script. So now you telling me some scholars suggest that the Syriac or the Syriac may have influenced the development of the Arabic script. So if I influenced you, brothers and sisters, that means I was before you. Am I right or wrong about that statement I just said?
Right, Chief.
This is why you can't get caught up in the garbage. If I say I influenced you, my brothers and sisters, I can't influence you in your brain or say, well, when Kareem come, he gonna influence me how to be the best Michael Jordan. Or Michael Jordan, in my mind, he influenced me, and you didn't, and you weren't influenced by Michael Jordan. So it's telling you, right in here, in your face, what I'm giving you as your brother. It says, which, hold on, man, let me go back. The Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the Nabatean alphabet, which itself is derived from the Aramaic alphabet. Some scholars suggest that the Syriac may have influenced the development of the Arabic script, particularly in letter, shapes, and connecting behavior, but the core origin is generally attributed to the Nabatean. So you telling me this whole Arabic language is attributed to the Nabatean, and it has Aramaic roots? What you mean, Sheik? Both Syriac and Nabatean scripts are descended from the Aramaic. Uh-oh.
I heard you.
Brothers and sisters, are y'all listening to your brother? You cannot deny this. See, this not going to go viral because it's going to mess up a lot of people. It's going to mess up a lot of people that have been telling you and professing a whole bunch of things. I told you, we can read today, brothers and sisters. Your brother can read. We can read today. And when I show you this stuff, you can't deny nothing that I'm saying. Unless you have a dogmatic perspective and you're not a truth seeker. You're not a truth seller. A teller. You don't have the liberation for who? People. You don't have justice in your heart. You have a religious perspective. And when I've just showed you where your whole origin, where your whole language come from. And if you deny what I'm saying, then
That's on you.
That's right. It's on you. Aramaic roots. Both the Syriac and the Nabatean scripts are descended from the Aramaic, which was a prominent language and writing system in the region for centuries. The Nabateans, who inhabited parts of the modern-day Jordan, Sudan, Arabia, developed their own script that was influenced by Aramaic. You see? They know this. Nobody can deny nothing I'm saying. If you do, then there's no truth in you. I just showed you how a person that get caught up in their misunderstanding, especially our brothers and sisters that profess something. And when I say, brothers, get that white man stuff out your head. If I start pulling up old stuff, you'll be like, man, my own people has lied to me. See, these is facts, brothers and sisters. You got to understand. If you say the Arabic script is related to the Syriac, if you say it's related, then all that I broke down, what can you say? And then I tell you that the Nabatean script is a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabets. What did you just say, Sheik? I just told you. I just told you. I just told you. I just told you. I said the Nabatean script, a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabet. Now, if anybody come with you with any lies, it ain't no truth in them. What I just say again? I said the Nabatean script, a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabet. They know what I'm saying. If they come with any lies, they not scholars. You know? The Koran. I don't care how you spell it. The Quryana, the Qurana. It's still Quran. See, they in Islamic, they try to put this on it or the end on it. It still is like they try to play you like Abraham and Ibrahim. Same stuff. Who you think Isa in the Bible is? Jesus. But when you research in the language, you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. You'll start seeing all these things in these languages and these lexicons. You'll be like, man, all this stuff come from old Christian Jewish texts. You can't be mad at me when you get the lexicons and I show you this in your face. You cannot deny what I'm saying. Because if I brought out all the lexicons, it'll destroy everybody's ideology in 1.2 seconds, and you'll have to agree. This work been done already, man. I told y'all, this the only thing that destroys us is what? A lack of knowledge. It tells you what? My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. We refuse to learn what? Who we are. We refuse. We refuse. In the Syriac refers to scripture reading or lectionary, lectionary, a book of liturgy readings, including hymns and biblical extracts. So when my brothers and sisters come with this false understanding, when friends and families, when they come with this false understanding, we lost due to a lack of wisdom because we profess something and it's not historical, it's not scholarship, it's not linguistically correct. All of it is fugazi. So when our brothers and sisters come with that religious saying that this is better than that or that is better than this, especially my Islamic brothers, I say, well, let's deal with the language. And then I say the Nabatean script is a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabet. When I tell you in the Syriac or the Syriac, the word Koran means reading or scripture, it refers to the recitation of scripture, particularly during religious services. While the Quran itself is the holy book of Islam, we know that. But here go the fact check. Are you ready? Drum roll. The term in Syriac predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. So when I give lectures, I got my dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University in what I'm talking about. So when I deal with language, you cannot disagree with what I'm saying unless you have a religious perspective, unless you just caught up in what somebody telling you. And that's the thing. My people perish due to the lack of knowledge. Because what? We refuse to learn. We all know this. What? Who you are, history, everything. I don't care how you feel. That's the problem with us. We feel too much, but we don't know nothing. The Nabatean connections, the Nabateans who inhabited parts of modern day Jordan, Sudan, Arabia, all is truth. I'm backtracking. Now watch when I get to the real good truth of what I'm saying. Listen to this. While the Arabic script is related to the Syriac, it did not directly evolve from it. Now you're dealing with Stupipedia and how Stupipedia, aka Wikipedia, that you can't use in academia, but it's going to tell on itself. The Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the what? Nabatean alphabet. So how can you say that this is the original, never been tampered with, and then you say, well, the origin is Syriac, and then you say the Arabic alphabet most likely evolved from the Nabatean alphabet. So then it can't be original. So now you got to know what the language means. So now you got to know what this means. You can't just make up stuff. And all my brothers and sisters, you caught up in what? Mistranslation. You can't deny what I'm saying. And then they say which itself is derived from the Aramaic alphabet. So if it's derived from something, what did we say, Empress? If it's derived from something, then with a little tittle of wisdom, with a little tittle of schoolmaster, you know if something is derived from something, where that's the root, that's the origin. Come on, man. We ain't stupid. Everybody got these letters behind their name. I'm evangelist this, or I'm imam this. Man, no, you ain't. No, you ain't. Or I went to seminary. So that's the problem with us. That's why we lost. We lost due to a lack of knowledge, not due to a lack of religion. We lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. I'm telling you, I'm showing it in your face. So if you say you're a scholar and an educator and a historian and you promulgating what? Separation wisdom, you lost on what? Mistransliteration. Now let's proceed. Now I'm speeding you back up. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Some scholars suggest that the Syriac or the Syriac may have influenced the development of the Arabic script, particularly in the letter shapes and connections behavior, but the core origin is generally attributed to the Nabatean. So if you telling me your language is attributed to this and that, I just keep telling y'all the Scooby-Doo. You feel me, Empress?
Yeah, I feel you, baby.
I know you got to. Any religious person that's sitting here, and even when you come from that European or that Negrocentric Christian perspective, we're going to destroy that. Because if you a melanated person and you say that you down for what they call it, reparations and Black Lives Matters, and then you don't say the same thing and you don't feel the same way in the religious scriptures, and I show you that the misnomer black man is the father of civilization, proved by the Bible alone, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, without no prejudice. If you can't teach it like that, if you don't teach it like that, what's the purpose? You telling somebody, you gonna tell somebody when they die they gonna go to heaven? Well, then I'm gonna tell you lying, because the Bible says you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. So if you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven, you telling me you got to die for heaven, or is heaven a state? Or can you be physically alive but spiritually dead? See, that's the thing. A lot of people are not educationally trained in biblical scripture and speaking to our people. I'm trying to tell you. Because if they did, they'd tell the truth from no biasness. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Watch this. The Nabatean script, a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabet. You know that, right? I show you this. When you research this, you will know it. It's important to note that the relationship between the Koran and the Syriac Christian literature, including potential linguistic influences. So if it's linguistic influences, what do that mean, brothers and sisters? They say it's an ongoing area of academic discussion and debate. So when I be telling people, when I do these discussions, when I do this stuff in scholarship, and when I do these things with a lot of my brothers and sisters that's getting religious studies at GCU and other places, this is discussion and scholarship, which in academia, if you graduated from college, is called peer-reviewed scholarly research. You know I'm telling you the truth. You can't deny what I'm saying. So when you say you a scholar or a doctor and somebody come and professing you with this miracles or with this false knowledge, and you say, well, that's not true. Why? Because you say this is your skill, and you anointed and educated in this. So you can't come with no fake theory. You can't. And interpretation existing without both academic and religious spheres. See? These is things, these is keys. And we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have a good discussion. I just broke a little bit down for you, right? So I gave you a little crash course. Cause I ain't on nobody's sides. I tell you, when our people come with that goofy stuff, and what you mean, and I say, you heard me, I say that goofy stuff. It has to be, I have to, how can I say? I have to tell you that what you professing and what you may believe or what you may have been told is just not matter-factual. It's not historical. So if you saying what you telling somebody is historical in biblical context, I think you're not telling the truth. I think you're not telling the truth on the history of the Bible. Because how? Because most of our people has been given a Eurocentric or a Negro perspective of the biblical scriptures, especially if you're not dealing with the language. If you're not dealing with the language and the origin and the root of words and dealing with what I'm telling you and showing you with your clear eye, you off. That's like somebody telling you they can get you to Friday without going through Thursday. How can they do that? Why would you even want to do that? You know? So when we talk about things on both perspectives, when I show my so-called Christian brothers and sisters, when I show my Islamic brothers and sisters, when I show my fraternity brothers and sisters, when all these brothers and sisters that saying they Greeks, and I say, well, show me how you agree, God. And before I even get into the discussion, this discussion, this is what I be telling my brothers and sisters. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Take what I'm saying with understanding and wisdom and then look back. Because if you talk about solidarity, brothers and sisters, how can there be solidarity and everybody with their religious or their fraternal order, only thing we do is with our certain group? It's no web. It'll never be no web. You know it and I know it. And this is what I tell people. Why? Because we are cultish. Well, that's what I'm saying. How? We got the same religious books and all this stuff. You got Church of God in Christ, this, and other, all these denominations. And if Jesus was a Hebrew and all this and a Jew, when did he become Christian? All this stuff. And then if you do the etymology of Christian, it's Cretan. They call them Christians because they were stupid and mean, because they were following pagan stuff. So all this stuff you know. It's so much stuff that brothers and sisters don't know. We get caught up in the spookism of the whole matter, and still today we separate ourselves from this people. Oh, I got an education. I got a master's degree. Oh, I'm this and I'm the other. Oh, I'm part of this fraternity. I'm part of this fraternity. Oh, I'm a black Muslim. I'm a black Christian. Well, according to science and law, what do black mean? Death, civil mortis. So now let's start dealing with some science before we get into all this. According to science and law, black means death. I don't give a damn how many black people get killed by the police. I don't care how many times Ben Crump get it in front of y'all, in front of the TV, and talk about some Black Lives Matter and all that. Black lives don't matter. Why? Because the only people that's going to get paid for anybody that's created in the United States is the person that created you. I bet you ain't going to disagree on me on that. If you're going to disagree on me on that, then you a liar and ain't no truth in you. This is what I'm telling you. Black has no standing in law. It's civil mortis. You know it and I know it. Black was not used to describe ethnicity in the first century. All these black people that got these degrees from these so-called black universities in African-American studies been lied to. Why? Because you think that Willie Lynch is real. You sit up here and lie and tell me you don't think it's real. You a lie, ain't no truth in you. Because a lot of your professors, your black professors, that was supposed to be called what they call it? Required reading. A lot of those stupid black professors made that require reading. What? The stupid ass Willie Lynch letter. And I tell you, it ain't, excuse my candor, and I tell you, there ain't no such thing as no Willie Lynch letter. It ain't no such thing as the Willie Lynch letter. And when Farrakhan said that at the Million Man March, if he was sincere or sincerely wrong, I'm telling you, there ain't no Willie Lynch letter. It'll be in the Library of Congress. And I'm telling you, it's all fugazi. Every rapper that rapped about some Willie Lynch, and then this is what the Negro will say, well, it still fit us today. That mess don't fit us today. That's the same stupid stuff like saying, well, crab in a bucket. The crabs don't go in no bucket. I ain't never seen no crabs where they generally be in some bucket. We always using these stupid ass analogies, excuse my candor, and these stupid fables to explain something. Just like kumbaya. It mean come by here. It mean come by here. How you know it mean come by here? Did you get the lexicon and research what it mean? Because if you say you did, then you a liar. There ain't no truth in you. Because kumbaya means stand up and arise. The kum, the ba, and the ya fact check me. But you won't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So when we dealing with universal wisdom, forget this religious perspective because we afraid to say who we are in the biblical scriptures from scholarship. With all our brothers with these educations and these fraternities and in these so-called religious groups that won't speak the truth. So help you God. We play this black game where I'm black this and black and some civil rights. We ain't got no damn civil rights. We talk about human rights. How can all these people, black people, got these PhDs and you ain't never heard of the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15? You ain't even never heard nobody that say they down for the freedom and the liberation of your brother and sister to tell you and illuminate the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. What does the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15? I ain't say civil rights. I said human rights. It says you have a right of a nationality, brothers and sisters, and a right to change it, brothers and sisters. And the claim a child replaces the birth certificate. No one will be arbitrary. Do you know what the word arbitrary means? No one will be arbitrary, denied of a nationality and a right to change it. And the claim a child replaces the birth certificate. Yes. The religious rights of the indigenous people. How's Joint Resolution 75? Well, you got the right to annex your L and Bay. So you might think you some 14th Amendment Negro, black and colored, or some slave. And I'm telling you, you ain't. It's so much stuff that we don't know, brothers and sisters. It's so much stuff that we don't know. I have a full library. And this is the wisdom that our brothers and sisters need to know, especially your babies. Y'all know who Lerone Bennett is? Lerone Bennett, the one that wrote Before the Mayflower. Religion is the opiate of the people. Religion is the opiate of the people. And then I say every 25 years, you know, when I say the false teaching is going to come amongst our people. I'm giving y'all, I bet you anybody with some sense, with some common sense, you can't disagree with me. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet you any historian or any educator, when a person will say, well, yeah, I'm down with, when you have a shirt on that say Black Lives Matter. And when the brothers were getting beat up, I forget the brother name, and he was getting stunned by the police, and the Black Lives Matter came from and all this stuff. And I say, okay, well, how do Black Lives matter? Because according to science and law, black means death, silver mortis, and black wasn't used to describe ethnicity in the first century. Black was used to describe when the theater came down, in a theatric context. I'm telling y'all facts. If I'm telling you that Alex Haley plagiarized roots from a European low-level Freemason named Harold Colander, I don't even know where my book at. I got the book over here. It's called The African. It ain't nothing you can say. All you got to do is research what I'm telling you. If you would take the little bit of time to research what I'm telling you, then you can feel played by your own people. And then I just told you that it ain't no such thing as no Willie Lynch letter. It'll be in the Library of Congress. Fact check me. So who we been played by, y'all? I'm telling you, our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. We are been played by our own what? These brothers that's in these fraternities. The Big Six did it. See, we're the only group of people that they try to name you something different every year. And when I give you real history and real civics, you can't disagree with what I'm saying. You just haven't been educated on what I'm saying. Research the Papal Bull. Research the Dum Diversis. Research the Doctrine of Discovery. That was a damn, what? Decree to kill all Negroes. I'm telling you, I can go even deeper. And then you think the so-called transatlantic slave trade happened like that? I can give you a book written by Europeans called The One World Tartarians and show you everything that you think what it is all fallacy. It's all fallacy. You know it and I know it. I'm giving you real wisdom, not no old bull crap that, well, I don't believe. It don't matter how you believe. What I'm telling you, we the only group of people that's been subjugated and they done threw religion at us and try to act like that's the thing that saves us. And I'm getting ready to show you, if that's the thing, how we have religion forever. And how our brothers and sisters that's Christian, Islamic, or whatever, won't pull who we are out in the scriptures. And I can show you from the Russian icons, from all the ancient scriptures, from damn Godfrey Higgins. Now write this stuff down. Godfrey Higgins tell you who the first church fathers are. When I talk about St. Maurice, when I talk about all this stuff, Russian icons, when I talk about David MacRitchie and ancient Amata Britons, when I show you what's in Britain, when I show you who Lewis and Clark wrote about. You can't deny what I'm saying when I show you the view of the Hebrews and that where the Book of the Mormon came from. When I show you all this stuff from a historical perspective, and I haven't even touched the parallels of current history. And this is what I be telling my brothers and sisters where we're lost. And in our so-called churches, which is supposed to be schools, is what this is supposed to be taught. But religion has separated us. Because my people are lost due to the lack of knowledge, because we refuse to dang go learn. And when people be saying this is better than that, and I already synchronized the Koran and the Bible, you just lost in mistransliteration. I'll be waiting for these people to come with that garbage, then I get the original text and I show you language and they be like, well, you can't say well. I just showed you. I just showed you the language and how everything is connected. It's nothing that you can deny. So then the next question you ask these brothers and sisters that be upset because they don't want you to study or they don't want you to read, it says, well, okay, well, was the Quran influenced by ancient Jewish texts? Did Muhammad have a debt to Judaism? And then when I show you in the Hadith, in the Islam, in the Hadith, where it names all Muhammad's slaves, I can show you in a hadith where these Islamic figures had slaves, black slaves, per se. No disrespect to no one. But many of the narratives in the Quran and the hadith have extra Islamic origins. And we just want to briefly have a conversation because I'm not saying it is, it's not. Now I can put my, how can I say it, my expertise in it, but I'm not. What I'm doing here as a person giving degrees and giving something for you to look at, because I can come from an Islamic perspective too. But when I'm coming from that Islamic perspective and when I come from this perspective, do you have the right eye to take what both things that I'm saying and say, oh, I see what this brother is doing. He's making me think. You want a good teacher like that. So you want to, if your kid was taking a history school or religious school, you'd be like, oh, I want my son or I want to take my class by him. Why? Because he's making me think. He's not programming me. He's giving me everything to make a conscious decision. And then when I go with the ancient language, which he's making me study, which he's giving me already, because he's giving me dictionaries to go with the language. He's giving me the ancient Syriac language. He's giving me the ancient Habitanian language. So, So now let's proceed. We examined the presence of Jewish historical and mythical material in the Quran. I'm asking you, is it in the Quran? Is it? Is it? I'm asking you. Was Muhammad in debt to the so-called Jewish for a portion of his teachings? Because then we remember who in the biblical scriptures, who did so-called Muhammad marry? You ever heard of Khadijah and Wirigraw? Have you ever heard of Khadijah and Wirigraw? Khadijah and Wirigraw. I'm trying to tell you, no disrespect, but just look what I'm saying. The teaching on this and other subjects that the Quran has been described as a compendium of the Talmudic Judaism. And you can research this in the Sources of Islam, page 55. Also, when I say I'm not on nobody's side, because when those crazy brothers that be dressed up like the sea monster or the Leviathan, when they talk about some Hebrew, and Hebrew is just an act. And I say, if that's the case, who was them people that you went, that your God took you to the land of what? Canaan and the Canaanites and killed those Chaldean people. Who was those people? Yeah. So ask yourself that question. Let's proceed. You find many of the Old Testament stories of the prophets reproduced in the Quran. You can't get mad at that. How can you say, I'm not saying, what I'm saying is that, when you say, well, we talk about some whole different people. How can you say that, brothers and sisters? With wisdom and with understanding. That don't even make sense, my brothers and sisters. Now we acting like we're talking about two different situations or two different, why they say it like that? Stories. How can you say that? With a straight face. With a straight face. And I gave you all this stuff how can I say, in a preface. To before I even get into the dissertation, you should be like, understand why. Because anything else I'm gonna give you it now is what? Man, what you got after it? What they ask you, do you want a dessert? Anything now that I'm telling you is a dessert. Why? Because the appetizer was the food. You should be full. Without a shadow of a doubt. Let's proceed though, because I'm gonna give you more. Like on Busta Rhymes, what he say? Give me some more with the cars on the crib, girl. Give me some more with the give me. Empress, she over there knocked out. But one finds many Old Testament stories of the prophets reproduced in the Quran, sometimes in the precise form, where the Quranic record is a faithful, though often vague, summary of the original biblical narratives. The story of Joanna or Jannah in Surah 37, 139 and 148. And on other occasions, the Quranic narrative contained elements of biblical truths, confounded with folklore and fables extracted from the Talmud. In some cases, such as the story of Abraham and the idols, which we shall consider the sources are entirely Mishriach and Haggadic, and are according purely fictitious, or the word pseudo academia. I'm gonna give y'all a word. Watch this. I'm gonna give y'all something that's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. Watch. You're gonna be like, damn, Sheik. Watch this. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna come back to these teachings. Empress. She's sleep. She can't even give me the word. Watch this. I'm finna give y'all a word. I'm gonna go back like a Quentin Tarantino movie. I love this because stuff just be popping up in my head and be like, give him this, give him this, give him this, Sheik. Okay, but before I give you this, I'm gonna go back. On the other occasion, the Quranic narrative contains elements of the biblical truth, confounded with folklore and fables extracted from the Talmudic, and in some cases, as a story of Abraham and the idols, which we shall show you. The sources are entirely Mizrahic, Haggadic, and are according purely fictitious. When we talk about pseudographia, just like when I talk about the Book of Mormon, the Book of Mormon is plagiarized from what? The view of the Hebrews. Empress. She knocked out. All right. So I got to go back. I got to go back to my note. So I'm gonna come back to my teaching. I want somebody to pull it up. The word. Well, I'm gonna tell it to you. Pseudopigraphy. 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 Do anybody know what pseudopigraphy consists of? If anybody do, say yeah. If anybody don't, say no. Say yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, now do. Do anyone know what pseudopigraphy means? Yes or no? Do anyone know what pseudopigraphy means? Then I'm going to get back to the topic at hand. Because I'm breaking wisdom down. You can't disagree with what I'm saying. If you do, then you're not a truth teller. You're not a scholar. You have an alternative. You have a religious perspective. Do any know what pseudopigraphy means? I'm going to give it to you. Pseudopigraphy refers to the practice of attributing a piece of writing to an author who did not actually write it, often with the goal of lending authority or credibility to the work. It essentially means falsely attributing authorship. Did you catch what I just said? Did you catch what I just said? See, I'm going to keep giving you, when a person comes with all this, then I'm going to come with words when I tell you to upgrade your vocabulary, upgrade your linguistics, upgrade your library. So when people be coming with you with that small talk, with that garbage, you can come with what? We'll say, well, we have a good map and a guide. Who? My brother. Pseudopigraphy refers to the practice of attributing a piece of writing to an author who did not actually write it, often with the goal of lending authority or credibility to the work. It essentially means falsely attributing authorship. Right? Right. Right. Now let's get back to the topic. I said I'm gonna jump around like House of Pain. Remember that song, House of Pain? Jump around, jump up and jump or get down. Remember that? So I'm jumping around a little bit. So let me get back to my topic. Because you know the whole flood story in the Bible, you can get that from what? The epics of Gilgamesh, right? Right? I know, right? I know we understand that. We know that. So, as I'm saying, the account for the seeming discrepancies between the stories of the Bible, and the Quranic version of the same narratives, however, in relating the Quran version of the biblical story to the Haggadic source as indication in the study. The discrepancies almost entirely disappear, for astonishingly enough, the biblical narrative are reproduced in the Quran in true Haggadic cloak. And they use their references to say that. So if I show you all this stuff, how can you say something original? Virtually all the Quran records, which are reliant on Jewish sources, can be traced either to the Bible or to the Talmudic record, such as the Midrash and the Mishnah. There are, however, a few occasions where one finds narratives obviously reliant on Jewish historical sources, which are today unknown. For example, the story of the sacrifice of Abraham's son, which has elements not found in the preserved works of Judaism, as it is recorded in Surah 37, 100 to 113. It seems indeed that Muhammad was reliant on Jewish materials, but we must ask how he came by them in the course of his mission, right? Whether Muhammad was illiterate or not cannot be truly established. What is certain, however, is that he could read neither the scriptures or the Jewish nor the folklore as contained in the Mishra or the Talmudic record. If he had been able to do so, he would hardly have confused the two as often as he did. Our earlier study of the expression as Nabalul Umi also confirms this impression. There were, as we have seen, a host of Jewish communities settled in Medina and other parts of Hijaz, from which he almost certainly obtained his knowledge through direct conversation from other secondary sources. For it is important to know that Muhammad was acquainted with the Jewish teachings not by reading the Bible, the Talmud, and the Midrash, but through serious conversation with the Jews. This is what some other writings say. Rosenthal, Judaism and Islam, page 8. Oh, I should have been giving you all the references, but I'll go back to it if y'all want the references. My bad. The many errors that occur in the Quran show that Muhammad received his information early and probably from men who had no great amount of book learning themselves. This comes from Tisdale, the original sources of the Quran, page 133. The possibility of borrowing the Judaism lay for Muhammad, partly in the knowledge which might be imparted to him by word of mouth through intercourse with the Jews, and particularly in personal knowledge of the scripture, while allowing him the first source of information. We must deny him the second. Geiger, Judaism and Islam, page 17. The somewhat disjoint nature of most of the Jewish narrative in the Quran, such as the story of Lot, already considered in an earlier section, strongly supports. Just like if you say the flood story come from the epics of Gilgamesh, and I can show you a lot of this stuff in the Quran come from this and that and the other, why you can't feel the same way as that with somebody promulgate? You have to. Let's proceed. Such as the story of Lot, already considered in an earlier section, strongly supports the suggestion that much of the information that Muhammad was receiving was coming to him piecemeal, not being able to distinguish between the assortment of materials reaching him. He allowed them indiscriminately to be formulated in his thoughts until they assumed the form of all other revelations coming to him and were then duly proclaimed as such. Because you know the Quran means read. And then a person say, well, yeah, well, it means recite. Well, how you gonna recite something you don't know how to read? What, are you polyparroting? Are you saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P? Are you doing that? Are you reciting what somebody telling you? Maybe. But the impression the Quran makes on the reader is that the Jewish fiber has been spun from the hearsay and scraps of information gathered from conversation with different persons. The influence of Judaism and Islam, the legacy of Israel, page 134. The way that such things came to him seems to have been very much like this. He got a scrap of history. He got an allusion. He got a telling phrase. He got a hint of character. He carried the way. And then with that as the center and with his broad ideal of the story, generally a very inaccurate idea as material, he built up for himself. Again, what he had heard. Remember, who's Khadijah and Weragra? Research who's Khadijah and Weragra. Because a certain figure supposed to talk, so-called Muhammad, research the book of God, the book of Gad and Seir. Research the book of Gad and Seir, family. But McDonald, Aspects of Islam, page 1214. Let us proceed to briefly examine a few of these stories in the Quran, where biblical truths has been marvelously confused with Talmudic folklore. No disrespect. The story of Abraham and the idols, right? Yeah. The story of Gad and Seir. Yeah. You heard me. The Quran has a story about Abraham, which is not found in the Bible. He is said to have challenged his father and his people about their error in worshiping the idols that he made. When they resisted his approaches, he waited until they had gone and then broke all the idols except what? The biggest one. Yep. Afterwards, I got all the books for you. That's why I told you. Everything I talk about, I have all the books for you. You don't have to try to find nothing. You don't have to do nothing. Everything that I speak on, I have all the books. No matter how much they cost, I have everything for you. Where? Right here. I am the source. No disrespect. That was my whole oral dissertation. I'm a library for a plethora of college students all over the world. All over the world. No disrespect. And I'm not trying to be arrogant. Let's proceed. But Abraham, which is found in the Bible, he is said to have challenged his father. Okay, I gave you all that. Afterwards, he was summoned to answer for his deeds. The sequel is set out in a passage of the Koran. They said, "Art thou the one that did this with our gods, O Abraham?" He said, "Nay, this was done by, this is their biggest one. Ask them if they speak intelligently." So they turned to themselves and said, "Surely ye are the ones in the wrong." Then they were confounded with shame. They said, "Thou knowest full well that these, aka idols, do not speak." Abraham said, "Do ye then worship besides God things that can neither be of any good to you, nor do you harm?" We talk about false images. Can't do you no good or no harm. When a person said it don't do me no harm, it don't do you no good neither. Fee upon you and upon the things that you worship besides God. Have you no sense? They said, "Burn him and protect your gods, if ye do anything at all." Surah 21, 62 and 8. After they had thrown him into a fire, Allah is said to have spoken to it, saying, "O fire, be thou cool," and a means of safety for Abraham. Surah 21 and 69. And so he was delivered unharmed from the flames. A somewhat briefer record of the whole story is found in Surah 37, 91 and 98. And there are many other passages in the Surah referring to it, although it has no parallel in the Bible. It is a remarkable reproduction of a story found in the Mishra Rabbah, an old Jewish book containing much folklore, embellishing biblical material. Now fact check me on it. The narrative in the work is quoted in full in one of St. Clair Tisdale's books, and a relevant part of its reading. I told y'all, I'm always come with scholarship. I'm always come with things that I can show you. I've done this in academia. So when anybody come with that garbage, you can say, "Man, you don't know what you talk about." Why? Because my brother just showed me. He just showed me with love. He ain't trying to convert me to nothing. He done showed me all the signs and symbols belong to us. So if we want to be a part of any Kemetic, what you call Hermetic science, if you want to be a part of any brotherhood, which everybody call him Melchizedek, this is the one. He's going to give you all degrees. He ain't going to pin your tassel down. They know what I'm talking about. This is peer-reviewed scholarly research. People be like, "Man, are you scared of what you know?" Hell no, I ain't scared of what I know. I ain't took no oath. I ain't no whistleblower. I done told y'all, I am the shrine. And that's the problem. We don't respect our brothers that's the shrine. But when I show you the shrine back in the day with pictures, what you think is different from me and them? Nothing. This is what I keep telling people. We lost. The Terra was a maker of idols. Once he went out somewhere and seated Abraham as salesman in the place of himself, once a woman came carrying in her hand a plate of wheaten flour, she said to him, "Here, set this before them," right? He arose, took a staff in his hand, and broke them in all pieces, right? Then he gave the staff into the hand of the one that was the biggest among them, right? When his father came, he said to them, "Who has done this unto them?" He, Abraham, said to him, "What is hidden from thee?" Question mark. A woman came, bringing with her a plate of wheaten flour, and said to me, "Here, set this before them." I set it before them. This one said, "I shall eat first." And that one said, "I shall eat first." This one, which is the biggest among them, arose, took a staff, and broke them. He, the father, said unto them, "Why canst thou tell me a fable? Do these understand?" He, Abraham, said to him, "And do not shine ears. Hear what thy lips speak." That's Tisdale, the original sources of the Koran, page 74. See, so when people be professing things, I'm setting the precedent. It takes very little imagination to see that this fable is practically identical in both the Quran and the book of the Jewish commentary. When people be saying commentary, I'll be like, dude, I'm going to get you caught up in the commentary. Everything you say, well, anti-Semitic, I'm going to show you where that fake narrative came from. I'm going to get the Jewish lexicon. I'm going to get the Jewish encyclopedia and tell you where the European say they come from. So you can't say, well, oh, this is some, what they call it, what they be trying to say, how they got Nick Cannon with when he had Professor Griff come on there, conspiracy. What I speak ain't conspiracy. What I speak is scholarship, point blank. And I'm going to use your book. And if you come with the Fugazi, you're going to be proved as a liar. You're dealing with Melchizedek, man. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Comparing now this Jewish story with what I already showed you in the Koran, little difference will be found. And what there is no doubt arose from the Muhammad. I don't care how they spell it. They all be trying to spell stuff different. So what? Hearing of it by ear from what? The Jews. That's in Tisdale, the source of Islam, page 22. I'm giving you sources. I'm giving you sources. Am I agreeing with it? I ain't telling you to agree with what I'm giving you. I'm telling you, prove with the sources that I'm wrong. And then I know where you're gonna come from. If any religious person that's an Islam gonna come with something else, I already know where you're gonna come. So you can't be upset when we be like, well, damn, how you know where this person gonna come from? Because there's only one way you can come. I'm telling you, it's only one way you can come. When you try to cheat a person that don't know, that's the only way. It's just like if you playing, we going somewhere, we playing chess and you cheat me. And everybody know you cheat me, and I don't know how you cheat me. I need to know how to beat the cheater, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna cry. I need to learn the game. So once I learn how to whoop you and show you that you ain't nothing but a charlatan, and everything you're doing is clandestine, then what? But in reply, it is sufficient to state that only ignorant Jews now place any reliance upon such fables, since they do not rest upon anything worth of the name of tradition. The only reliable traditions of the Jewish, which relate to the time of Abraham, are found to be in the Pentateuch. And when I show you the ancient language, what Pentateuch means, you're going to be crushed. When you talk about some Flavius Josephus, you're going to be crushed. When I tell you that wasn't nothing but a pen name. When I show you what the family it was, when I show you how it's all pseudo. I gave you a phrase. What was the phrase, early Empress, I gave everybody? I hope they know the phrase I gave them earlier. I'll be giving it to you on a platter. And it's hardly necessary to say that the childish tale is not found there. That's in the Tisdale, the original source of the Quran. Research it for yourself. Page 78. We deliberately chose this story, as well as the one about slaying of Abel by Cain, which follows, because there is a clear evidence to show not only that the Quranic narratives have parallels in the Jewish folklore, but also how the fable came about. We're able to trace the Quranic passages to the sources which reveal how they came to be composed in the dang first place. The whole story of Abraham and the idols founded upon a mistranslation of a biblical verse. A Jewish scribe, Jonathan ben Azil, in his Targum, misquotes Genesis 5:15 and 7, which reads, I am the Lord who brought you from Ur, you are, of the Chaldees. The word you are is a Babylonian word for the city from which Abraham came out, and is again mentioned by the name in Genesis 11 and 31. So also Jerusalem's original name was Ur-Salim, Yursham, but it had a plethora of names. The city of peace. The scribe, however, took the word to be or, a Hebrew so-called word meaning fire, and interrupted the verse to mean I am the Lord who brought you from the fire of the Chaldees, and commenced accordingly on Genesis 15 and 7. Now this happened at the time when Nimrod cast Abraham into the oven of fire, right? Because he would not worship the idols, right? That leaves was within from the fire to hurt him, right? Tisdale, the source of Islam, page 23. All you got to do is follow me, research the science. It's most unlikely that this scribe invented that whole story. It is probable, when we saying things are more probable, that he is merely repeating a tradition that had been current in Jewish folklore for some time, and we can see quite clearly how it came about. Nonetheless, my brothers and sisters, but it's somewhat difficult to understand how a prophet like Muhammad, I don't care how you spell it, could have given credence to such a fable and entered it in a revelation held to have come down from heaven. That's Tisdale, the source of Islam, page 24. Muslim writers, most significantly, generally avoid the issue of the source of the Quran in their writings. Even an apologist like Khalifa, who alludes to the subject in his book, The Sublime Quran and Orientalists, page 13, nevertheless leaves the evidence entirely uncontested. This is hardly surprising, as they are quite clear and prove conclusively that much of the Quran is derived from the Jewish fables. Is it? Is it? Is it? You tell me from your research. I challenge you to research. That Muhammad was in error in many instances about Jewish history is proved all more by the name he gives Abraham's father in the Quran. His true Jewish name was Terah, but in the Quran he is called Azar. Read Surah 674. Eventually, El Azar, derived from Eliezer or Eliezer from Genesis 15 and 2. Torah, the Jewish foundation of Islam, page 68. The verse tells us that Abraham had prayed for an eon, lest his slave, Eliezer, be his heir. Muhammad clearly confounded that the name of Abraham's father with that of his servant. Another writer refers to an article by one S. Frankel, is a European journal, and says that he argues convincingly that the Quranic form is due to a confusion on Muhammad's part of the details of the Abraham story as it came to him, so that instead of his father, Terah, he has given the name of Abraham's faithful servant, Eliezer. That come from Jeffrey, the Foreign Vocabulary of the Quran, page 55. The anachronism, the anachronism, does appear to be fairly obvious. It cannot be suggested that the Jews, whatever you want to call it, had taken a true story from the original Torah and turned it into folklore. The Quran excuses them of declaring their traditional writings to be scripture revealed from God, Surah 2 and 79. It nowhere charges them with turning their holy scripture into folklore. What we would like to know, however, is how that same folklore came to be holy scripture in the Quran. Especially when, as in such as this, its origin can be traced to a misconception about the meaning of a word in the true Torah. Come on, y'all. I know y'all rocking with me. Let me give you a little bit more out of here. Give you a little bit more. I know you feeling me. You have to. For love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Not from no religious perspective. I just want you to research what I'm saying. The story of Cain and Abel, where? In the Quran. The story of Cain and Abel is in the Quran. The Quranic account of the murder of Abel by his unrighteous brother Cain is typical mixture of elements from the Bible, the Mishnah, and the Mishnah. In fact, the brief narrative in Surah 5:30 and 35 give us a fine example of the manner in which the Jewish material was reaching Muhammad. It begins with a record of the sacrifices offered by the two sons of Adam. States that one was accepted and rejected, right? And duly sets out the sequel in which Cain, in his jealousy, slew Abel, right? Thus far, the record agrees with the story of the incident in Genesis 4, except that the Quran gives no indication why only one of the sacrifices was accepted, right? Right. The distinction between the two was probably not known to Muhammad. Alternatively, he could not perceive the significance of Abel's sacrifice of a lamb, a symbol of atonement and self abasement, as opposed to Cain's offering of cakes, right? He had made would symbolize a spirit of unwarranted self righteousness before God, right? Y'all know what I'm saying is truth. Therefore, however, the story in the Koran has a sequel not found in the biblical narrative. When Cain had killed Abel, he did not know what to do with his body. But God is said to have intervened in a strange way, right? Then God sent a raven, right, who scratched the ground to show him how to hide the shame of his brother, right? Read Surah 5 and 34. Once again, one finds a striking parallel between the Koran and a Jewish book of myth and fables. The Perk Rabbi Eliezer, a typical rabbinical writing from the Mishnah. It contains this story, and I quote, 5 and 34, and I quote, Adam, and his companion sat weeping and mourning from him, Abel, and did not know what to do with him as burial. Islam. I don't mind repeating it, Noble. You know that. All you gotta do is ask me. I told y'all, I'm the type of brother, like they say on LL Cool J, I'm telling my age, I'm the type of guy that don't mind questions. I go back over and over again. I take my teeth out in an analogy, and you get on the titty in an analogy, because I'm a teacher. That's why. So I don't mind you asking me no questions. Ask me anything that you want me to recite again for clarity. You don't have to ask. All you got to do is ask me, and I'll repeat it, brother. Islam. I told you, a real brother that's coming to love ain't gonna be mad at no questions. Ain't gonna be mad at nobody asking him nothing. If you say you know what, show me the way. Lead the way. Show me the way. If you profess this is what it is, show. Thomas wasn't doubting in the biblical scriptures. You say this is what it is, show me. I'm rocking with you if you show me. Ain't nothing wrong. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. Read it for yourself. If a typical rabbinical writing from the Mishnah containing the story, Adam and his companion sat weeping and mourning for him, Abel, and did not know what to do with him, as a burial was unknown. Then came a raven whose companion was dead, took his body, scratched in the earth, and hid it before their eyes. That's a burial. That's what they say. I hope y'all follow me. Then said Adam, I shall do as the raven has done. And at once he took Abel's corpse, dug in the earth, and hid it. Giger, Judaism and Islam, page 80. I have all these books. That's why I ain't saying I believe in nothing. I'm a Sufi. There's nothing outside of myself. I'm going to come with all other perspective, and I'm going to give it to you. Because I ask everybody with their religious perspective that separate us. Now what can you say? They can't say nothing. Most people. The similarity between the story and the verse quoted from the Koran is as obvious as the case of Abraham and the idols already considered. A slight difference between the Quran and the Mishnah is that in the latter, the sorrowing and perplexed parents saw the raven's act. In the former, Cain, the murderer, witnessed it. See? But the sequel is extraordinary. Gilliam, the influence of Judaism on Islam, the legacy of Israel, page 140. I'm giving you all reference to research it for yourself. I'm giving it all to you. And then I'm reversing, give you the language. Gonna catch people up in their lies. Because it ain't scholarship. It's niggerdom. Religious dogma. But one cannot help drawing the conclusion that Muhammad has derived the story from his contact with the Jews of the Hijaz and the slight differences between the Jewish narrative and the form it obtains in the Quran, typical of those one would accept to find in the record of a man relying exclusively on hearsay and secondary sources. You know, in academia, you have, you got first the main sources, then you got secondary sources, main sources. You know what I'm talking about. Because he could not read the books. I just told you. Quran means read. And then they say, or recite. How you going to recite something you don't know how to read? So if you recite something, that means somebody told you something. I'm showing you that. And what I tell you might not be matter factual if you don't know how to read it. And if you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You can't say you know Arabic and you don't have the alphabet. You can't say you know Syriac and you don't have the Syriac alphabet. You can't say you understand the metanetter and you don't have the damn alphabet of the language. You can't say it. So everything you're saying is fallacy. It ain't hard. It's simple. Y'all know what I'm saying is the truth. But the Jews were quoted, the story of the world's first murder affords a most informative example of the influence of a Jewish behind the scenes, Gilliam, on page 139. In the next verse in the Quran, you find a quote from the Mishra, a phenomena providing all the more that the revelations were hardly coming from above, but were a strange assortment of passages called from biblical, midrashic, and Mishnic sources, compiled by a man who could not distinguish between them. The verse begins with, on that account, we ordain for the children of Israel that if anyone slew a person, unless it be for murder or for the spreading mischief in the land, it would be as if he slew the whole people. And if anyone saved the life, it would be as if he saved the life of the whole people. That's Surah 5 and 35. At first sight, the verse seems to have no connection with the preceding narrative. But watch this. Why life or death of one should be as the salvation or destruction of all mankind is not at all clear. When we turn to another Jewish record, however, we find the link between the story and what follows. Once again, we find that it derives from a strange interpretation of a biblical verse. You find, and it reads, we find, it said in the case of Cain, who murdered his brother. Watch this. See if you don't see the parallels. The voice of thy brother's blood crieth. Genesis 4 and 10. It is not said here, blood in a singular, but blood in the plural. That is, his own blood and the blood of his seed. Man was created single in order to show that to him who kills a single individual, it shall be reckoned that he shall slay the whole race. But to him who preserves the life of a single individual, it is counted that he hath preserved the whole race. That's Mishnah Shandirin 4 and 5. Fact check your brother. Once again, as in the case of the misunderstanding about the statement in Genesis 15 and 7, which led to the story of Abraham being brought out of the fire of the Chaldees, we find that the passage in the Mishnah, repeated in the Koran, is derived from an interpretation of a biblical verse. Yes, sir, because the word for blood is in the plural in Genesis 4 and 10. An indigenous rabbi invented the superstition, or that angle, or that understanding that all Abel's offspring had been killed with him, which signified that any murder or life-saving act had universal implications. Now, watch this. Clearly, Muhammad had no knowledge of the source of the theory set out in the Mishnah, but hearing it related simply set out the rabbi's, level as the eternal decree of God himself. I hope y'all follow me. When you look at all these verses, when you look at the 35th verse of the text, it can be found almost exactly the same as these last words of the old Jewish commentary. The old Jewish commentary. That's why I said when you deal with the history, when you deal with the language, when you deal with commentary, when you deal with Alexandria and a lot of historicalness, and then there's no all science because that's what it is, no one can deny what you're saying. They might not like it, so what? But we see that only part is given in the Koran and the other part omitted. And this omitted part is the connecting link between the two passages in the Quran without which they are unintelligible. That's Tisdale, The Sources of Islam, page 16. The former part of the passage, as it stands in the Mishnah, is omitted in the Quran. I don't know, I'll just say possibly because it was not fully understood by Muhammad or his informant. But when it is supplied, the connection between verse 35 and the preceding verse becomes clear. Source, the original sources of the Quran, page 66, Tisdale. I'm going to give you another instance, then we out of here. The brief passage in the Quran, when analyzed in the light of parallel passages in the Bible and the Talmud, show quite clearly to what extent Muhammad's revelations were really nothing more than a repetition of information coming to his ear, some of it biblical and true to so-called history, the rest predominantly mythical and fictitious. In conclusion, it needs to be pointed out once again that the parallels between the Quranic narratives and the Jewish folklore cannot give support to the fancy that the Jewish records contain remnants of genuine historical events. So if those Jewish texts don't record historical events and the Quran quotes that, then that means the Quran can't be original of nothing, especially if it ain't coming with the original language. As in the case of the story of Abraham and the idol, we have been able to trace the coincidental passages to an original source. Once again, a rabbi's imaginative ideas about a verse in the Bible. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The Quranic account of the golden calf. Remember? Muhammad's limited knowledge of the Jewish history led him into much confusion in his thoughts, evidence of which appears again in the passage, which records a statement supposedly made by God to Moses at the time of the adultery of the Israelites in the wilderness. Read Surah 20 and 85. We have tested thy people in thy absence. Thy Samiri has led them astray. I mean, I can go on and on with the misconception, but brothers and sisters, I want us to have an eye. I hope we can see this, what I'm giving y'all. And little down in verse 88, you read that the Samiri have brought out of the fire before the people the image of a calf, which they promptly worshiped when it seemed to low like a real calf. In the same Mishrach work, Pike Rabbi Eliezer reread, and I quote, brothers and sisters, when they try to say something original, it can be. There came forth this calf, lowing, and the Israelites saw it. Rabbi Jehuda says that Samuel entered into it and lowed in order to mislead Israel. Geiger, Judaism and Islam, page 132. Samuel, according to the Jewish tradition, is the angel of death. Quite clearly, the Quranic narrative is again founded on a Jewish tradition. But one must ask why Muhammad does not mention the angel, but speaks rather of one of the people, the Samiri. It speaks of the Samiri, but not the angel. The use of the article is the ascription as Samiri shows clearly that this was not a man's personal name. Muslim commentators seem to be unwittingly, hitting the mark when they interrupt it, as they generally do, to mean the Samaritan. The obvious problem is that the Samaritans, as a people, only arose some centuries after the exodus of the Israelites. So when all them Hebrew brothers be coming, when I be telling you, you're going to get caught up in like quicksand. Watch. I showed you the language when you say, well, it don't come from this, it come from that. Well, then your origin, the roots of everything of your so-called Arabic language come from the Syriac and this so-called language. Your language come from the so-called alphabet is this. So then it can't be original. That's a fact. But since the city of Samaria or Samaria vast, not built, or at least called by that name until several hundred years after Moses' death. The anachronism is at least amusing and would be startling in any other book that the Koran, in which far more stupendous ones frequently occur. Tisdale, the original sources of the Quran, page 113. I'm almost done. How then did Muhammad come to confuse the Samaritans with the story of the golden calf, worshipped by the Israelites at the beginning of the Exodus? Some scholars suggest as the city of the Samaria did not arise till some 400 years after Moses. It is difficult to imagine how it came to be entered in the story. Tisdale, the source of Islam, page 38. Actually, the difficulty can be resolved quite easily. Another writer suggests the likely origin of this anachronism. There can be no doubt that the Muslim authorities are right in saying that it means the Samaritan. The calf worship of the Samaritans may have had something to do with the Quranic story. Jeffrey, the foreign vocabulary of the Quran, page 158. We were almost there. When Israel succeeded from Judah during the reign of Rehoboam, the king they chose, Jeroboam set up 2 golden calves in Samaria, right? So as to turn the Israelites away from going up to worship the temple in Jerusalem, right? Read 1 Kings 12, 28, and 29. During a later period, God spoke against the practice of theirs through what? One of his prophets, right? Come on. I have spurned your calf, O Samaria. My anger burns against them. How long will it be till they are pure in Israel? A workman made it. It is not God. The calf of Samaria shall be broken to pieces. Hosea 8, 5, and 6. Y'all know that's right, right? It's highly probable that the Jews who revealed in making the Samaritans a scapegoat for their problems had deliberately confused the passages. I can go on and on, but that'll take so much longer. But what I'm saying, as I clear it all up and finish, we have seen how the Quranic account of the sacrifices of Cain and Abel misses the whole ethic behind the acceptance of the one and rejected of the other. So likewise, the Quran follows Jewish tradition in adding fabulous details to the story of the visit of Queen of Sheba to Solomon, but misses the whole thrust of the purpose of her journey. It ain't no what if. It ain't no what if. She came from the end of earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Luke 11 and 31. I mean, when you start getting what it is, the constellations in the Bible, God named everything on earth as it is in heaven. A lot of people don't understand the constellations. I've been breaking this down. That's why I tell people, when you get in masonry and then a person that understands this, especially one of my European Mason scholars, right, Masons, he'll be like, clearly this man been showing you this all week. All week. He been showing you this. All week. That's why I say, I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what else I can say. All I'm saying, I know what I'm saying is accepted in other houses. And it's going to be a minute when this is done. Remember I told y'all to look up the word a minute ago? Pseudepigrapha. 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 Researched it. Pseudepigrapha. 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 As we close, I'm going to go back and give you the precedent of how this goes, so you can check anything when somebody telling you and don't understand the language. Let's deal with it. In the Syriac, the word Quran, Qurani, I don't care how you spell it, means reading or scripture reading. Nope, that's wrong. Remember, now a student, think of pseudo, just like pseudo. Now I'm finna teach you. Pseudo, you might be trying to spell it phonetically, but it's spelled with a P. Just like telephone, it sounds like an F, but it's spelled with a P. You're trying to spell it phonetically. So, remember, what did the word that I just say? Now I gotta pseudopigrapha, 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 pseudopigrapha. Now you gotta remember, some pseudo means fake. Pseudopigrapha. I can show you all Christian doctrines, when Christian books are the pseudographic, and then people won't say they can't say nothing because they're not scholars. Pseudopigrapha, pseudopigrapha, pseudopigrapha. Tell me what you get. You're gonna get something amazing. While you looking that up, I'm gonna tell you something ancient. When a lot of stuff we don't know what museums are. When I tell you about Latin and how everything in law is written in pig Latin per se, when you hear museum, now when I say Latin, ancient writings, research how museum is spelled. Musaeum, and tell me what you get. You're gonna be like, damn, Sheik. I'm gonna be like, yes. And what I'm gonna show you a letter that I got because I have my passport, and when they say, well, we want to hire you to work in a museum, everything will be paid for. Just like they wanted me to move to Pittsburgh. It's a place called I forget the name of that school. It's the live on campus that the Hershey family got. It'll come to me, but they weren't paying enough. But this type of wisdom, what they use, a lot of stuff is ancient, which we just don't know about because we're not introduced to it. So you got the one word, right? Pseudopigrapha. And then the other word is museum or museum. Scholars live in the museum. Musaeum. I hope y'all writing this stuff down because you think I'm tripping, but I'm not tripping. Believe me. I'm showing you. I'm gonna reveal something to you, and a lot of us just don't know because a lot of our friends are not elite. I'm showing y'all. I'm gonna be gone in a minute. It's nothing new under the sun. Everybody talk about this presidency, Republican, Democrat. Well, show me the agenda. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing about nothing that you don't know. So once again, I gave you two things to research. Once again, pseudopigrapha and the museum, the Musaeum. Let's proceed. So now, watch how we catch people up that don't know nothing. In Syriac, the word Koran, Korana, means reading or scripture reading. It refers to the recitation of scripture, particularly during what? Religious services. Okay, now watch this. While the Quran itself is the holy book of Islam, we know that. We can agree to that. Yet, the term in Syriac predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. So what do that mean, my brothers and sisters? Come on. We having fun. We having fun, y'all. We almost done. Somebody talk to me. What you say, brother? Hold on. What you see? I'm talking to my brother. I love talking to my family. What you say? What if all worship the God? One who rose from the ashes. No, brother. No, brother. That's why I said that. No, that's not it. That's not it, brother. Now, as a teacher, I got to teach. Pseudo or pseudopigrapha. So what was you? What word was you? You said one who rose from the ashes. Amagoya. I don't know what you. Nah. Pseudopigrapha. Pseudepigraphal. Pseudopigrapha. 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 What does it mean? Pseudopigrapha. What does pseudopigrapha mean? Yeah, you're right. It's ancient writings. Of course, we know that. Absolutely. Comes from the Greek word pseudo, false. Epigraphian, to inscribe or attribute or to attest, meaning you telling some false stuff or trying to repeat something, meaning it refers to what? Writing falsely attributed to a famous or authoritative figure, like when you talk about Flavia Joseph, it's the first Bible. And I tell you, it's all pseudo. Authoritative figure, for example, a word claiming to be written by an important biblical figure, like Moses, Enoch, or Solomon, when in fact it was composed by someone else, often much later. Context in biblical studies, pseudepigraphal in biblical studies, which I study, which I'm an educator. Pseudepigraphal usually refers to a collection of Jewish writings. So if we can say the Quran come from some fake ASS Jewish writings, what can we say the Quran is? Fake than a you know what? To a collection of Jewish writings, BCE, 2000 CE, that are not part of a canonical Bible, but are related in theme and style. Examples include the Book of Enoch, the Testament of blah, 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 blah. Many pseudographical works were written to lend authority to certain teachings by ascribing them to well-known figures. They often explore themes like heavenly visions, prophecies, wisdoms, or other afterlife. Key distinction, apocrypha, writings that are hidden or not universally accepted in the biblical canon. I'm going to go there. You say, so fake ancient religious writings from Jewish and Christian, they're falsely, watch this. What you say, Noble? What Noble say? So fake ancient Jewish Christian, they're falsely giving credit to authors who didn't write them. That's right. Just like when you hear the Book of Mormon and you hear Negroes and they give credit to a European, Joseph Smith or some stuff, and I'm telling you, scholarship, all of it come from the view of the Hebrews. Yeah, they say it's not canonical, but I'm educating, I'm adding value to, I'm just setting a precedent. Who say they ain't canonical? See, I'm fact checking the fact checker. Remember that. That's what I'm doing. I'm fact checking the fact checker. Remember that. That's why anything I post or anything on the internet, I bet you I don't get fact checked. I bet you I'll never get fact checked by nobody. I bet you nobody can say, oh, nothing he's saying is fake. Nothing, never. I bet you nobody can say, you're talking about some conspiracy, because they can't. I'm a scholar, educator. They done look me up. And the Book of Mormon come from the view of the Hebrews. So that whole word, a pseudepigrapha, explains what you talk about Joseph Smith when Negroes saying, oh, Joseph Smith wrote something. No, it ain't. The Book of Mormon tell who the true Indians is. You don't know that? I know you don't know that. That's your fault. Man, I can go so deep, man. The rabbit holes get so deep. Let's proceed, though. Let's proceed. So I just told you about the Syriac and what Islam, and the Syriac predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. Okay, so now watch this. In Arabic, the word Quran is derived from the verb akara or karara, meaning to read or recite, meaning to read or. So how can you recite something you don't know how to read? The only way you're going to recite something is somebody told you. Brother, I'm telling you, don't teach. Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you some wisdom, because this is what the brother said. I'm giving you wisdom. Now watch this. You said, I teach Mormons every time they knock. No, you don't. You're not teaching them nothing. And this how I know when brothers and sisters be messed up. Our energy be messed up when we said I don't like, for me, I'm an elder. I'm getting ready to be 48. What I ask people is say, what does your book say? Because I'm not teaching you nothing. I can't teach you nothing that you have in your hand. What I'm doing is resurrecting something that you say you believe in. So I can't teach you nothing. I can't teach nobody nothing that they profess this is their tenets and their ordinance, and they have it in their iron. I'm just going to use your book. I can't teach you nothing. I can illuminate something and say, well, look at this. So I can't teach you nothing. I can't teach nothing that people profess. What I'm showing you is a lot of people don't understand what they say they believe in. That's what I'm saying. What I'm showing people is what they think they believe in, they don't understand. So I can't teach you nothing. You professing this. So I'm coming with love and understand I'm gonna put your armor on you. Man, I can go so deep with the Mormons. I have Mormon colleagues. This is what I keep telling people. I'm getting ready to be 48. I'm getting ready to be 48. I'm not here by osmosis. Man, it's like my life is almost like a war I lived in. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I done seen death. I done seen my friend's head blew off. I had to bury my baby brother, Akil Jelani Goodman Bay. It's only by the grace of Allah, whatever you want to call it, that I'm here in the flesh today talking to y'all right now. And I can admit to that. It's only by the grace of Allah that I'm able to here to talk to you right now. Because I could have gave my life away when my brother was murdered. I'm transparent. I don't share none of my dark places where I've been, because that don't mean nothing. I told y'all, I'm in Arizona. I mentor kids in all type of lockup facilities and all that. They don't love me because I'm educated. Everybody in there is educated. You got to have an education to work there. They like me because they can relate to me. And that's why I created my own, organization. For nobody can pay me. I can come on my own pro bono and come talk to these kids under my own nonprofit. That's why I do the work that I do. So when I give wisdom and when I talk to brothers and sisters, why I'm accepted in all houses, Brother Carlin, is because my understanding of wisdom. I ain't here to try to change no one. How can I change something that's written? It's just like if it was in a court of law and we dealing with a person that has no biases, no nothing, and they say, come with the facts. Don't come with your religious perspective. I'm going to win every time. You know it, Brother Carlin. I know it. You know it, and I know it. I come with wisdom and understanding as an elder. I done been through the fire. How can I talk about liberation and I ain't been through the fire? I done been through the fire and I came out what? Unblemished. Man, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. I don't teach nobody. Man, my empress will tell you I go all many places and people be like, man, why you didn't speak? Why you didn't speak? I said, speak for what? My presence is enough. When it's just like, I'll give you an analogy, Brother Carlin. Watch this. You're going to crack up. And I'm on my other platform, my Facebook page, on my page with a lot of my friends and family. We getting ready to have our 30th class reunion in Flint, Michigan, Brother Carlin. Everybody want to go to this, and I ain't finna say it, everybody want to go to a church. And on Sunday, we're going to go to this church. But here, I'm the only one person that they know is anointed and consecrated. They want to go to a church and give donations to some church. But I bet you none of them preachers will go to the prisons. Or none of that. You can reach me. You can research me. I done been to the Thumb Correctional Facility. I done been in all prisons, saving people. This is what I be telling you. We don't support our own. And I'm the author of a plethora of books. Brother Carlin, you know this. Man, I done changed I done resurrected brothers that thought they was Aryan Nation. When I pulled the Koran out. What you mean, Sheikh? The Koran. They tenets and ordinance. See, I know what's popping. I told y'all. I got my undergrad from Cleary University. Cleary University main campus is in Howell, Michigan, where the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan stay. If I start showing y'all some stuff, y'all gonna be like, damn, Sheikh. A lot of people gonna start crying. I'm telling you. Because I'm gonna show you that your own people been lying to you from day whizzon. At all them fraternities. With their charters. I'll be waiting for them to say something. Like your brother Steve Coakley told you, the Greek is a fraud. I'll be waiting for them to say something. I'll illuminate everything they charter. Every fraternity, I got your charter. I'll be waiting for them to say something. I'll be waiting for them. It ain't nothing that should be good that should be hazing you. And then most of these people don't know who they are. Let them come to me with some stupid stuff. Let any of them. Talk about no white man. No white man ain't got no power over you. Excuse my candor. Let's proceed. Here is a more detailed explanation, Brother Carlin. Listen clearly. Arabic origin. In Arabic, the word Quran is derived from the verb Qurana, meaning to read or to recite. Many scholars believe that the word Quran has a connection to the Syriac term Qurana. They say scholars, peer-reviewed scholarly research. So if you go into school, if you go into academia, when you research, when you write papers, it has to be from a peer-reviewed scholarly research. It can't be how you feel. It can't be like, oh, my pastor said this. They don't give a damn about your pastor. We talk about academia, and I graduated with honors. That's why I'm telling you, nobody can say, oh, he just talking crazy. No, he don't, because I graduated with a degree in Christian history and leadership and linguistics and first century history from Grand Canyon University, talking just like this with honors. That's why I'm telling you I can stand tall like this. And I got an undergrad in business management with a minor in marketing and sales and nonprofit business startup. I'll be waiting for these Negroes to lie to us. Brother Carlin, it's a lot of people. I'm finna drop science to you. I don't care because I ain't on nobody's side. I don't like nobody. Since people want to play games, it was a brother who went to school with us, came Ponzi scheme, that pyramid scheme stuff, and he out here right now. He wrote a book talking about, I can show you how to sit on your rusty dusty and become rich. It ain't no book that can show you how to sit on your rusty dusty and become rich, because I know a lot of people that got rich dad, poor dad, and they still poor ass dad. That's how. That's how. And ain't nobody finna write no book to show you how to get rich. Yeah, like Bernie Madoff, you damn right. And then these Negroes be playing this game, they be sitting next to you, putting their arm around you. Ooh, he's cool. But you a fraud, you a phony. That's why I be telling people, miss me with the cap. Ain't no European doing nothing to you. This all your own brothers and sisters. Come with the gangs I start naming names. They be mad when I talk like this. They be mad, Brother Carlin. They be mad when I come from wisdom and understanding. You can't hide behind no church. Yeah, Fugazi. You can't hide behind no church because you done did all this stuff to the community. You run the church. That sound like one brother that was talking about they can do this with the houses that in Atlanta. Initials J.M. I'm telling you, man. I be waiting for people to come with the Fugazi in this, Brother Carlin. Your own people do this to you. But let's proceed. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. I got more. The Syriac predates the Islamic text and is used in a Christian context. Many scholars believe the word Quran has a connection in the Syriac term, Quran. In Syriac tradition, Quran is used to refer to the reading. You're right. A scripture, often in literature settings. I'm going to keep busting their head. The Aramaic root. What the Aramaic? What was God's name in Aramaic? Allah. Now watch this. So then that means we talking about some other text. Watch this. Because I done broke everything down. I'm going back in reverse. Both the Syriac and the Nabatean script are descended. Listen to this. Both the Syriac and the Nabatean script are descended from the Aramaic, which was a prominent language and writing system in the region of the centuries. So if they say, well, actually, brother, the Arabic language come from the Nabatean alphabet. Well, you continue to prove me right. So you got a double whammy. Now you got two double whammies. And they don't even know that. And writing system in the regions. The Nabatean connection. The Nabateans, who inhabited parts of the modern day Jordan, Sudan, Arabia, developed their own script that was influenced by Aramaic. Quran means reading scripture. I gave you all that, right? The Nabatean script is a bridge between the Aramaic and the Arabic alphabet. Fact check me. Everything that I'm saying, write it down. Everything that your brother is saying. We almost there. We almost exactly where we need to be. Nobody can deny what I'm saying. Any questions? I'm done. That's a wrap. Any questions, brothers and sisters? You can't deny what your brother is telling you. You cannot deny without a shadow of a doubt. We've been going to church every day, and I start breaking down church literature. I start breaking down language. I'll give you another analogy, Brother Carlin, why are people lost due to a lack of knowledge. They'll say, it's finished, it's fulfilled, we're not under the law no more. Well, in that context, that word is a Greek word called paliro, meaning to magnify, to bring back to his remembrance, because people was teaching false doctrine. That's what that means. And if we're not under the law and it's fulfilled, then tell me what law we under now, Brother Carlin. None of these Negroes can tell you. None of them can tell you. It's just fugazi. I'm telling y'all, and our people are lost. All these fraternity Negroes that's lost. One, because the Greek is a fraud. Come with your fake stuff, and I'll pull out your charter. And then all these Greek people, Carlin on here, will be mad as hell. Come, Ask one of these Negroes that's on my page, I don't care if you a man or a woman, and be mad at me, and I'll pull out your damn charter, and I'll show you the Greek is a fraud. And I'll tell you to read Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. All Greek history ain't nothing but watered down Egyptian history. Play with me if you want to. Play with me if you want to. I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. It's a joke. And then they be mad. Or what you mean? You got something against us? No, I ain't got nothing against you. I ain't against rap. I ain't against rappers. But I am against these thugs. Doo. I'll be waiting for them to come with them games and with that technology. I'll wait. I'm waiting for any of our brothers and sisters to come to me with any games. Brother Carlin, I'm trying to tell you, all this stuff is a Scooby-Doo trick. All this stuff is a Scooby-Doo trick. From masonry, from the black this, from the black that. I showed you all the tenets and the ordinance. When they give credit to Europeans like Neville Goddard, I showed you he was trained by who? The Ethiopian rabbi. Abdullah. I showed y'all this yesterday. I showed y'all this. The Ethiopian rabbi. What you say, wow, I kind of got that. Yes, the Ethiopian rabbi. I showed y'all, I'm 99 degrees. Most Masons, they love Manly P. Hall. They love Alex Crowley, or they diss it. They try to talk about all this. It's reverse science. Even our empresses, that's Eastern Stars. Them empresses that wear the white fez with the golden tassel won't never tell you that they under European women, which is the what? Daughters of American Revolution. They don't know no 32. They don't know nothing. I'm telling you. They don't know 32. They think they know. I'm telling you, Brother Carlin. I'm telling you. You get anybody in your family that's a Freemason, that's a so-called Hebrew Israelite, that's a so-called Muslim, that's a so-called whatever that they think they heavy, and I guarantee you, or even a Jehovah Witness, I'll be loving my Jehovah Witnesses. I'll pull out their book, their original book, and talk about the YHWH, and talk about all that, the Technogrammathon, the original book. My page is falling apart. I got the original book. It's over there somewhere. I got the originals and everything. That's why I be laughing at our people. Religion is not the key. It's knowledge. And my people lost to it. Any questions? I bet you can't nobody disagree with what I'm saying, Brother Carlin. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet you that. And if a Freemason or if an Empress on here that's an Eastern Star, or if they from a Greek fraternity, I bet you I'll pull out their charter and tell them everything. I bet you they'll be looking stupid as hell. With no disrespect. I told y'all I'm 99 degrees. I got everybody chartered. Especially the Negro Masons, especially the Prince Hall Masons. That's snowmen. I bet you that. That operate in clandestine. That operate in everything a secret. I told y'all everything I'm talking about is on the Masonic tables. I know they can't tune in. They better not. I told y'all when I talk about when you put out the light in love, they can't. They can't. They can't say nothing. They can't stop me. I travel all over the world. I told you I'd wait till I go to Europe. I might just move to freaking Europe just because I want it over Europe. I keep telling y'all, I'm not an enemy of no other man. That's what Negroes think. I'm not an enemy of the other man. That's what people don't understand. I'm not an enemy of the other man. I'm in Arizona. Ask my Empress. I'm Melchizedek to the other man. That's what Negroes don't understand. I'm an enemy to the misnomer black man. That's the problem. I'm not an enemy to the other man. I'm Melchizedek to them. Ask my Empress. They come to me in love. They come to me in homage. They just want to touch my garments. I'm telling you what I know. Every European Mason, every official, they a son of a Muslim. I just been giving y'all wisdom and you keep missing it. The Negro, the European is not the joke of masonry, because the European will call himself the son of a Muslim. It's the Negro that will call himself some widow's son. This is what I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. I'm getting ready to be 48 years young. Can't nobody tell me I don't know what I'm knowing. Can't nobody tell me I'm old enough to be people's daddies on here. And y'all know it. I've been all over the world. Only people that been lying to you is niggas. Excuse my candor. And I said like that, I'll be waiting for them frauds, the Greek fraternity Negroes. And I got friends that's in fraternities. And them Freemason Negroes to come with that fugazi. And then people be like, oh, these Freemasons, they ain't got no power over you. Ain't no nigga Freemason got no power over you. That's a fucking snowman. Excuse my candor. I'll be waiting for that wrath. I want the wrath. And I don't even be coming with the breath of Allah all the time. I just be coming with basic wisdom. Man, I ain't scared of no Negro, man. I'm already lived like a dead man. I've been telling people this for years. They murdered my brother. I ain't afraid of no Negro or no stupid ass group. You dealing with all law. Guaranteed. I guarantee a Negro Freemason and a Negro that's in a Greek fraternity don't have no power with me. Now, Negroes on TikTok talk about, oh, I'm being watched by the Mason. Then them Negroes ain't got no power because you out here playing the game, because you out here running your mouth. You on some TikTok bullshit, excuse my candor. They ain't messing with no real God. This is the rose and the cross. I'm telling y'all, this is the shrine. I'm telling y'all, I've been telling y'all this for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Come on, brothers and sisters. Tell me I'm lying, I'll go deeper with the wisdom. I'll go way deeper with the wisdom. I'll go way deeper with the wisdom. Who? Steve Copley been telling us this for a long time. Who is Steve Copley? She pull up. The Greek is a fraud. I'll go way deeper with the wisdom. I'll go way deeper with the wisdom. The Greek is a fraud. You say you lying. No, I ain't lying. Oh, he said, tell me I'm lying. Oh, because he want me to go deeper. Carlin, you a fool. Man, Carlin is crazy. Hey, brother Carlin. Hey, Carlin, like I said, tell you like. Carlin, you said, I love it here at the BBT. Carlin, you a fool, man. Carlin, I don't need no book. I don't need no book. I'll come with the real. I got their charter. Let one of them Greek fraternity Negroes come over here and try to discredit what I'm saying. I got your charter. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I'ma always be transparent. I'ma always be transparent. I'm telling you, come with the Fugazi. I'ma come with your charter. I'ma come to show you that you took an oath, what? To lie to your own people. To look at everybody as what? Heretics. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I told y'all. People be mad. The European Mason will call himself the son of a Muslim. A nigger will call himself some stupid ass widow's son. How the hell would a European Mason call him or herself a son of a Muslim, and a black Mason, Prince Hall, which is a stupid ass mystic name, call himself a stupid ass widow's son, and wear a shirt with in memory of Aram Abif and Jabal Jablem killed your ass, or you wear a shirt with Tubal Cain. With a goddamn cane with your balls castrated on it. You don't know who they cut the balls off of? They did that to the eunuchs. People be on some stupid shit. Excuse my candor. I'm telling you, I can go way deep with the wisdom because most Negroes don't know signs and symbols. Most people are not initiated. I keep telling y'all, you dealing with 99 degrees. Ancient rite of Memphis and Mizraim. I'm a spirit builder. Now, the reason why people mad at that, because I'm the shrine. I ain't no Shriner. That's why. That's why. That's why they mad. That's why these Negroes mad. I'm saying it just like that. And that's why they can't touch me. I'm saying it like that. That's why none of these Negroes, none of these Christians, none of these fraternity Negroes, none of these preachers, they got to walk by me and put their head down because I know the oath they took. I'm telling you what I know. Tell them to come at me. I bet you they can't. I'm telling you what I know because I got your charter. It's like you talking to daddy. Excuse my candor. Excuse my candor. I got to be matter of factual because this is the day. I'm done playing. I'm done playing. That's why our people ain't connected. Because we stupid. I bet you can't nobody disagree with what I'm saying. Carlin, I bet you can't nobody disrespect what I'm saying. That's why the breath of Allah has to come out every time to show our people. To show our people, be like, listen, you've been lied to. How? By these groups that subjugated you, and the false wisdom, and the niggardly understanding, and the groups. They made you have a whole identity. Okay, if you're gonna be in a Greek fraternity, why don't you be an iota? At least the iotas, they got all the African science, even those African signs or symbols relate to what? Horus, 9. What'd you say, Brother Carlin? Is shared on my Facebook page. They scared because of oath. See, I can come like that because I ain't took no oath. See, I can come like that. See, I ain't on my deathbed. I ain't on my deathbed, and I'm up here saying, oh, well, the oath I took, whoop. No, Negro. Nope, I ain't took no oath. They tried to get your brother because to be one, you must know one. They tried to get me, but I told y'all, I step above that. I told you, I know Europeans. I'm connected to the source When Negroes be coming, I'll show you all of it. I had to create my own. My charter and everything is just like anything that's real. That's why I keep telling y'all. So why do my brothers want to join something else? I'll show y'all what we can do with our tax dollars to show you how we can build something. And now I'm getting ready to build it with other people. I'm getting ready to be gone in a minute. I've been telling all my friends this, Carlin. All my friends be sitting back and they pay taxes. They give their money to Uncle Sam and they try to figure out how to defraud the government. And I say, I can give you a tax exempt receipt and you can support our organization. And everybody understand we need our own school, our temples, how to do agriculture, how to understand macroeconomics. If we can agree to that, but disagree to religion. And that's my motive, to teach our people and show us who we are. And my people give their money to Uncle Sam. You ain't my friend. You just a nigga listening to me. Excuse my candor. And our prophet said the European is here helping me. And that's what I be telling people. If I was crazy and if the stuff I was saying was valid, how I got professors that donate to me? That's greater than I. That's teaching your kids. And these professors be like, well, you teach us. We rely on you to come lecture to your people that look like us. And when it's confusion. And to show them that you a graduate from here. And they be like, well, damn, how you know this? They like, because he's who he is. Brother Carlin, I told y'all, every time we have something in our own house, we diss it. We look for outside ourselves. We be thinking some water colder than ours, and we'll pay somebody else for the same water your brother have because you don't want to see him successful. We make Jeff Bezos so rich buying books, but every book Jeff Bezos got, I can give it to you for a small fraction of the dollar, especially your ebook. Jeff Bezos half I got. I got a company, mypdf.com. morrishaberdasher.com, where I sell so many clothes in memory of my brother. Everybody know my heart. They know my family. I can change the world in 1 minute. I can change the world in 1 minute, Brother Carlin. So when brothers be coming with this game, and the white man is, the white man trying to relate some white man devil. Oh, so you saying the white man is Saint Lucifer? That got the power of God, because I was the only person that was in the so-called Garden of Eden. No, ain't no goddamn person or human got no power like that. This is what I be saying, Brother Carlin. We got gatekeepers. I'm telling you, and people act like I ain't know. Yes, I'm telling you, we got gatekeepers. I bet you nobody that's talking about, I got a degree in Christian studies or Islamic studies would sit down and have a real conversation with me. I bet you they don't. They're going to resort to preaching. And every European, Jew, or scholar, they're going to agree with me. I'm telling you, Brother Carlin, this is what I be telling my family. This is what I be telling my friends. What we waiting for? We going to be dead and gone, and what's going to happen? A lot of us going to be dead and gone. What's going to happen? We ain't supporting nothing. We ain't supporting our brother that can really do something for our children and for the next generation to resurrect this movement, to resurrect who we are historically, educationally, and with our money that we giving away to Uncle Sam. Come on, family. And then we dealing with gatekeepers. All these times, the churches and the Masons and all this been making so much money. Well, why the hell it ain't easily accessed for everybody? Why everything is secret? It ain't no secret. I'm removing the veil on all secret societies. Any question? I got a little bit more time and I'm out of here. Any questions? Ask me any damn thing. Any questions? And we out of here. Ask me any question. Ask me anything that you want. Anything that's relating to what we're talking about. And I'm going to show you, it's going to go right back to your own brother. When we talk about infiltrator, you can't be infiltrated. You only infiltrated by your own brother and sister. You only can be sold out. Patrice Lumumba was who? Sold out by his own people in the Congo. God dang it. Leopold ain't have all that power. Them Belgians ain't have all that power. Research the assassination of Patrice Lumumba. It had to have some of his people. Research the Big Six. Research what I'm telling you. It's always taking your people to sell you out. It's always a COINTELPRO. A Negro scared to go to jail and sit his butt down. To sit his ass down for a couple months. He telling the whole operation. I'm telling you, I can show y'all so much. The Negro that stole on the Panthers, his ass got caught driving stuff. He told on the whole operation. Got the whole Unity library blew up. I can show y'all these COINTELPRO Negroes. I'm telling you what I know. I'll be waiting for these suckers to come to me with that crap. I'll be waiting for these suckers. That's why I said these straight up suckers. Yeah, I'm saying it like that. Yep. I'm saying that live on YouTube and Facebook live for you to hear me. So you won't think I feel a different way. Straight up suckers. I said it like that. I said it like that. Ask me some questions. These people be in the churches, especially these goddamn Freemasons that done took an oath and being there they got potentates. In the Bible, we don't take no damn oath. You in there playing a damn game with the people. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. And research in the Bible say we don't take oath. We have a brotherhood. So you done took an oath not to tell the people the real. What real? You got two gods. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. It's a joke. Come on, family. I got a little bit more time, I'll tell you. I got a little bit more time. I've been going for a minute. I might as well keep it to the freaking hour mark. I done gave y'all 2 hours of wisdom. Explain out of darkness into light. What you mean out of darkness into light? Really, that's just some shit like what's above, what's below. It can mean a whole bunch of stuff. Out of darkness come to light. You can say, well, out of darkness come to light, well, you can talk about the cosmos, and you can explain it as this. You can say, well, out of darkness come to light. Everything in the astrological senses is dark. They put dark matter on everything. Melanin protects everything. So you can say, out of darkness come to light. What? Darkness protects the light. But then you say, out of darkness come to light. Are you meaning on geology and birth cycle? When people say only melanin people can create albino, I'm gonna say that's false in that context because a European can produce an albino. So it just demean on the degree you ask me that. That's why when I always have to ask for specifics of what the degree you asking me, because the question can be judged on so many parameters depending on the degree. That's why I always have to ask, like if you within the spelling bee and I don't know the root of word and you ask me to spell niggas and I think you talking about some derogatory stuff, Nigga. That source is darkness. Okay, well, of course. Well, then I showed y'all the ancient book, man, The Chemical Key to Black Greatness. I showed you that. I showed you how much that book costs. Everybody on here listening to me should want that book. Go on Amazon and see how much the book costs. Brother Carlin, this is what I'll be telling us. We lost due to a lack of knowledge because the stuff people be asking me about, I give you things systematically. And when people go backwards and people be like, all my students in college, they like, well, he gave that to you. If he's showing you a book that costs thousands of dollars and he's showing you this come from that, he just gave it to you. This is what I be telling people. This is what I be telling people. I'm like, man, you still not know. It ain't that much. It's $2,449. It's $2,449. It's $2,499. And if every book I show y'all, which I've been doing, showing y'all they cost thousands of dollars, y'all will be like, well, damn what? Yeah, I got the whole, I lectured this on the college campus. All college students bought this book from me for $100 a piece, the PDF version. That's why I be laughing at us. Yeah, that's a used car. I got way more books than right here. You'll be like, damn, Sheik, you've been showing us these books. Duh. I just told y'all, when I go to college, when I'm on the college campus doing these same lectures, they have their phones up and everything, and they be following everything I do. This is what I'll be showing people, and they buy this stuff. When I say ain't nothing hidden, they ain't introduced to it. And then when Negroes say they don't have money, but you see them Negroes going to the dispensary, them Negroes got a whole bunch of clothes. That's the problem. I show people this, it's $2,400 some, and this is the used book. It's paper. Why the hell you think some paper costs that much money? This is what I be trying to show my brothers and sisters. This is what I be trying to show my brothers and sisters. So when people be asking me questions, I'll be like, dude, I give the wisdom. All Layla Africa books. I have them. All Layla Africa books. What you mean? Some, not little. All Layla Africa books. Any of our scholars, I have their whole library. I have the whole library of Bobby Hemmett. What? Not some, not all. I have the whole library of Bobby Hemmett. Every book he be showing up in those lectures y'all be hearing, and he be holding up books. When I tell y'all, these are people that got education. C. Freeman L. They know I know. I got all their books. If anybody come here with the cap, that's why I know how to, that's why I be telling everything. I said, I'm a scholar and a student. I have a whole, listen, from my connections, from my elders, I got Bobby Hemmett whole library. I got Bobby Hemmett whole library. I got Dr. York whole library. I got everybody's whole library. I got all ancient libraries. Why? Because that's my job. I told y'all I'm a member of the Philosophical Research Society. I keep telling people I'm a member of the I got all the Abramelin the Magi. Abramelin the Magi is 3 volumes. They say some of the most Gnostic books in the world. Some of the most grimmer books in the world. I have them all. And I can burn them all up right now and recite them verbatim. Right now. Ask any of the European Jews that you think heavy. Lawyers and professors that I teach. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So I just showed y'all a book that costs $2,499 that I got printed over here and bind it, and I can sell to you for a damn ebook for some change that you would buy a goddamn eighth for, that you would buy an eighth of weed for. You would buy an eighth of weed for $40, but you won't buy this book for me at the PDF for $40 freaking dollars, and you can go to Office Max Staples or print it and bind it, or we can bind it for the same price. You a fool. That's what I be telling people. This is what I be telling people when they talk that stupid stuff. Here it is. I plug up hoes. I just showed yesterday all the books the other day, and I said, Google how much. Go on Amazon and see how much the books cost. I showed 4 books. It was over 10 bands. I showed 4 books. It was over 10 bands. You see what I be telling us when I say our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we don't love ourselves? We'll make Jeff Bezos, we'll make Amazon rich, but then people to tune in to me, like what I'm saying, and then want me to just do everything for free. We'll never be successful. We'll never have a brick and mortar. We'll never have our own library, which everybody will agree that we need. We won't. Why? And I got a real library, and all people got to do is donate, and I'll give you a tax-exempt receipt with the money you giving Uncle Sam. But we too busy committing freaking fraud. That's our problem. And that's why I said I'm going to be gone in a minute. Because it's like I'm wasting my breath. You know? It's nothing that I can say it's nothing that I talk about can be proven wrong. Nothing. And then when people hate that more stuff, I'll say, well, if you don't like more, research Amazigian. Research Amazigian. All you got to do is research Amazigian. You're going to be like, man, this sheik taking us down a rabbit hole. Yeah, because Amazigian is a free man. That's what we are. That's what we called ourselves. Research what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this is all factual. Ain't nobody played with you but our own freaking people. Like Carter G. Woodson said, the miseducation of the Negro. We've been playing by our religious peoples, our educators, and our political so-called leaders that's been playing a stupid game. I bet you they don't come with me with that crap. I bet you. And I done told y'all, we've been played by Negroes that done took an oath to do what? Not tell you the truth and draw you up to the breadcrumbs and leave you away like Hansel and Gretel. That's what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you the Greek is a fraud. And I'm telling you the fraternity Negroes is playing the game. I don't care how nobody feel about what I'm saying. It don't make me no different. Would you say the white Mason told me y'all taught us everything, bro Shane Belovich? Yes, I just told you, they a son of a Muslim. The black Mason that talk about they son widow son. Here it is, Negroes, that's Moors. This is what they'll say, that Adam Blavatsky taught Noble Drew Ali. And that's some of the most stupidest stuff in the world. Because if you get their autobiographies and if you get other literature, Adam Blavatsky and all of them was taught by Sufi Muslims. And they went to the continent of Africa. This is a fact. Pascal Beverly Randolph, Aleister Crowley, all of them. All of them. If anybody come with me with that crap, I'm gonna illuminate all the wisdom, and I'm gonna make you sit on your hands. I done synchronized the Koran and the Bible. I'll be waiting for these people to come with these stupid ass games. That's why I be telling y'all, it's a joke. The Freemasons, all that stuff, they ain't got no power. It's a joke. They have no power. The only power they got on is people that's playing. They got no power. That's people that's talking about something that they don't know nothing. They ain't got power over me. I bet you any Mason that you know, anybody, a dad, mom, white person, they see me and they'll do a certain hand gesture, which is shedding the light out. And they'll come with the stupid vernacular, are you a traveler, or this? And I'll say, nigga, excuse my candor. Or European, Albion, Trinidad, you know I ain't no traveler to this, now, and the other. I'm a traveler to all the world, the 4 corners of the earth. Stop asking me stupid ass questions. The same way I tell a nigga Mason, excuse my candor. Excuse my candor. I'll be waiting for somebody to come at me with the joke. That Prince Hall mystic fake stuff. I'll be waiting for somebody to come to me. Come with me, come with me, come with me, come with me. All of it. Bruh. Man, they don't know. All of it. I do all this. I do this in real life. I do the Santeria. I do the Orisha. I do it all. I do the Moradime. I do it all. I deal with my Credo Matua. I deal with the Moradimes. Why? Because I keep telling people. I've been initiated. I keep telling people. Damn. Why we can't love our own people? Anybody come with that lie stuff, oh, they do this terror stuff is for you. All this stuff is not nothing from out of body. When I deal with the Orisha, when I deal with the Santeria, when I deal with our African culture, when I deal with a lot of stuff, I have all the beads, the red and black with the seashells on it. I do this. Like I don't a lot of stuff I don't talk about. People know this. I have elders. That's what I keep telling people. I'm like, dude, most of my friends don't know who I am in these last 10 to 15 years. They just know me from when we was young. They don't know none of the stuff I did, none of the books I've written. I've written over 20 books. This is what I be, man, if I pull out some of my Mac, look, brother, I ain't even gonna go no deeper. I ain't even gonna go no deeper. I'm not even gonna go no deeper. Yeah, my red and black beads. All the stuff was given to me with my toppy. If I put on my regalia that was given to me, you'll be like, well, damn, where you get this stuff from? It was given to me by elders. This is what I keep telling people. If I go put on all my regalia for all the tradition, for all the science that I know, it'll blow your mind. I showed y'all my talent and all that was given to me. I show y'all all my red and black beads with the shell on it, with my braids, with my toppy that was given to me from elders. So when people come with the cap, I'll be like, man, I don't want to hear it. I'll be like, I don't want to hear it. I come from all different avenues of the wisdom. I come from the mortar iron wisdom, all that. So it's no disrespect to none of my brothers and sisters. But I'm telling you, once again, our people is lost because we don't have no culture. Most Negroes say, well, the root of is culture. We don't have no culture. I'm telling you. Any other questions? Any other questions? I love this. You say, do I aspire to teach? You're already a teacher. It ain't about teaching nobody else. You're already teaching. You're teaching yourself. It ain't about aspiring. Aspiring means you want to get to something. You're already in a position of that. You teaching yourself. You are everywhere you are in the right element. In life, you are at the level you are. We don't aspire to be in nothing. We have no aspirations. I have no aspirations. I didn't plan to do this, so it wasn't my plan to be on the internet and talking to people and giving all these people this free shit. I had all other aspirations. I'm gonna be honest. So I don't aspire to do nothing. This was Allah's will. This wasn't none of my aspirations. I didn't aspire to do this. Everything I do is Allah's will. You say, wow. I'm telling you, everything I do, it comes from the Holy Spirit. I don't have no aspirations. I don't have no expectations in nothing. When you see a child like, I expect you to do this, I expect you to be the best of who you are. Whatever you are, your God-given abilities. I don't have no expectations or no aspirations when it comes to this divine wisdom and understanding. I'm giving it away for free. That's why I'm telling you, other people that we look at as heavenly, like, you don't have to do this, sir. We can pay you, sir. What you're doing is worth of value, sir. You have a library. You coming from Alexandria. You can clear everything up. We don't want your people to know this. This is what I'm telling my brothers and sisters. I'm a jewel. If the European to tell you I'm a jewel, I got to be a jewel to my people. If you say white is all this and everything and black ain't nothing, and I'll tell you I'm white without a doubt, that's my what? Status white, you got to rock with me. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Any other questions? Come on, man. My emperor's over there asleep. Any other questions? Any other questions? Come on. We out of here. I told y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. The only people that's lied to you is people that look like to you. That's Freemasons, religious people that come with that dogmatic perspective, telling you something all off. And the Greek is a fraud. If Masonry was so good, why the black Masons don't wear the fez? Why the black Masons don't wear the fez? Why they wear it in clandestine? Why the European Mason got all your Arabia, Islam written into it? Why? You ain't never asked yourself that? You ain't never asked yourself that. Ask yourself that. You never asked? I'll tell you. You don't know? Ask your brother or your uncle that's a Freemason that got his fez, and he'll probably give it to his son when he died, like one of my nobles' fathers did, all peace be among them. And he was like, Sheik, you telling everything the truth. And see if they fez got pentagrams or circles on it. I'm telling you, they all know this. They all know what I'm saying. Every black Mason that's a Prince Hall Mason know what I'm saying. I bet you his fez got pentagrams on it. I bet you on the top of his fez it don't have circles. I bet you it had pentagram on it. And if it don't, then he may be a different crowd. But if he Prince Carl, like most niggas, excuse my candor, I bet it had pentagrams on it. I bet it had pentagrams on it. And when you look at our fez, I bet you it's a little lower. And I bet you, and I bet you his fez, his tassel was pinned down. I guarantee you. Yeah, I know. I know it does. See? That's why I be telling people, they be like, man, you can't come to Sheik with that bull crap. I know it is. So now, when I deal with the Eastern Stars, or the Star of the East, with our empresses that's under the DAR, who the European women, where the marriage license came from, the Daughters of American Revolution. What you see they pentagram is turned slightly. It ain't standing iron leg, iron head, is it? Nope. I'm telling you. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. A lot of that stuff, the sword, the scimitar, and all that stuff is symbolic for us. And see, it's a lot of stuff that's symbolic. The scimitar, aka the sword, is symbolic for you. The crescent, the moon, all that's the star, that's symbolic for you. I'm trying to tell you. So it's the scimitar. See, a lot of stuff that they're not gonna tell you. I bet you go get your mama, that's an Eastern Star. I bet you she gonna lie out her teeth. But I bet you she can't lie to me because she gonna see Allah in my eyes. She gonna know who I am. I'm gonna do something right in front of her, and she gonna be in shock. Yeah, they'd be in shock. It's almost like it's almost like, you know, I hit them with a martial art move. I ain't gonna sell her one, and you be froze for a minute. That's what happened, which I call AKA shedding the light out. I come in with the lion's grip. They know what it is. Everybody on here that's in Mexico, you know who I am. Everyone. They can play the game as they want to. I'll start going deep with your wisdom and start resurrecting all of us and show you that all these people that parade in secrecy been lying to you from day riggedy one in my Dawes of Effect voice. I got 9 more minutes. Come on, y'all. I'm telling you. I know, babe. I'm sorry. I love doing what I'm doing. I got 9 more minutes. You said, how do you become so proficient? How do I become so proficient? I'm gonna be honest with you, because I love what I do. I was born for this. It's like when they talk about basketball, all this, he was born for this, he was trained for this. Everybody that know me, I was born for this. If I show you pictures of me when I was little, my mom and them had libraries at home. I was just a knucklehead. I was born for this. I was always wise. I just didn't want to be wise in amongst of a room full of people that didn't understand who they are. So this was just innate. This was just in me. I'm just applying to what's in me. I only know what I know, Brother Carlin. So when you say, how do I become so proficient? I just know what I know. It's just like any craft. When people sleeping, I'm working. It's just like that Mamba mentality. When people, I'm older than some people daddies. I'm 48. Hey, Brother Carlin, I'm 48. I take my shirt off. I got 6-pack, Brother Carlin. Look, real talk. Look, this is what I'm telling you, what I do. I'm 48. I'm 48.
Did you really have to do that?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. So, yes, it's real life. I'ma always look different. It's the work. It's the application. It's the magic. I'm telling you, it's all that. It's all that. This ain't no fake life. I ain't no fake life. I ain't no walking. I'm telling you, I know why my people sick. They talk about they love the Bible. Well, the Bible tell you all the dietary laws. You talk about a kosher, it's kosher. You can talk about Elijah Muhammad book, Eat to Live, but that comes from the kosher diet. I'm telling you, from the Bible. I'm telling you what I know. So when people talk this, I run 10 miles down there every day. I'm getting ready to be 48 years young. On my birthday, January 19th. I was born in 1977. That's why I'm proficient of what I do. Because I'm a work. And the work ain't done until the flesh is gone. That's why. The mind connects the body. The mind tells the body what to do. Not the other way. The will. When I talk about the will to live, most people don't have the will. Most people don't have the will. I'm talking about power. You can talk about that stuff. Pray for me. Pray for you. Why, Negro? Pray for yourself. Your life should be a pray. Your life is a walking testimony. Talk about pray. I'm a walking testimony, and I can give my energy to people that don't understand what, because it takes some work when you're dealing with me. This is what I'll be saying, Brother Carlin. So when people be saying they want to do this, you don't want to put on these shoes. You don't want to put on these shoes to see the work that I do. Because when you sleep, I'm up. At 3 in the morning, I'm up. I done put in hours of study. Man, I probably done wasted hundreds of thousands. How people be like, man, I used to go to the club. Like goddamn Jermaine Dupri was talking about girls in a strip club. They dancing like this and wasting money. Man, I done spent thousands on wisdom and educating myself. This is what I'll be telling. This is worth way more. This is worth more than diamonds and gold. The only thing that's gonna cost you is being stupid. This is what I'm telling my brothers and sisters. I have something, and when I'm gone, all my friends and family, brother Colin, gonna be like, "Damn, bro, gone." And then people gonna say, "What? He sold out for some money." You can't say that. You got a job. The white man call your ass nigga today. I bet you go clock in today. You ain't gonna be saying, "Well, he called me no nigga." He ain't gonna be saying, "He called me," and he gonna go to work and punch that clock. I'm telling you, I done turned down jobs. I done turned down stuff for hundreds and thousands of dollars, but it was contingent on me to shut all this down. Because they say I'm giving stuff for free. Who say? The universities. And the individuals that want me to sign the reading list to take for the job. It's like, well, you giving everything away. They like, well, why? But you giving everything away for free. And I say, because I was a student. This is what I be telling people, and I be showing people. If people just support, just like they supported Hidden Colors and bought that stupid ass video, I bet a lot of niggeros on here bought that Hidden Colors shit, Carlin. Excuse my candor. And I done demonstrated that was false. I showed y'all African wasn't named after no European. I showed y'all that was some Fugazi, B to the S. And then with the Hebrews to Negroes, when that was popular with Negroes, and everybody was like, Kyrie Irving, he said he a Negro, and now Kyrie Irving said he a practicing goddamn Muslim. Didn't he? Now Kyrie Irving say he a practicing Muslim. First I thought you was a goddamn Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? And we waste money on these things. I bet you none of them Negroes will come to me and say nothing to me because they can't. Because they know who I am already. That's why I'm telling you. The European is not the joke of masonry. It's the niggas. This is what I'm telling y'all. I bet you they can't come to me and say nothing wrong. I bet you they'll be proven scholastically wrong. All of them. From the Hebrew to the black Mason to the black Muslim to the fake ass Egyptologist, where there ain't no such thing as Egyptology, to anything else, to the so-called black power stupid shit, to that Ron Karinga talk about some when they talk about what's that shit, Kwanzaa, excuse my candor. Kwanzaa is some made up, excuse my candor. I'm saying it like this because I gotta be manufactural, some nigga shit. You can be mad how I'm saying it. Excuse my candor. Ron Karinga was a COINTELPRO. Look, research what I'm saying. He tortured Asiatic women and everything. None of this stuff I told y'all, none of these figures these people give you is original. It's all BS. It's all Krizak. It's all crap. Research what I'm telling you. I bet you your brothers and sisters will come back to me like, man, that man ain't told you nothing wrong because you've been played. Your mama, big mama, well, you know, it's Kwanzaa time. Man, wait, you talk about the white man is false, or this is our African tradition. I'm telling you, you making that shit up just like what? Willie Lynch. Just like Roots. That's why I'm telling your ass. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's some fake shit. Excuse my candor. Challenge me. I bet you they won't challenge me. I bet you them teachers be like, well, damn. I bet you most of them be in fraternities. I bet you that teacher is a goddamn Eastern Star. And I bet you she know the truth, but she ain't gonna tell you. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Anybody want to play the game with me? They can't. I'm telling you. You will be looked at as a fool. Come on, anybody want to play the game with me and say I'm lying? I told y'all. Roots, Alex Haley plagiarized that from a European named Harold Colander. It's the book called The African. Fact check me. I got all the books. Fact check me. Anybody on here that be like, well, no, it didn't. Fact check me. I bet you Alex Haley, fake ass Root story, Kunta Kinte, and them Negroes that made that documentary talk about them as their ancestors. I'm telling you, a damn liar and you a fool. And I'm telling you, you got that from a European Albion, a trailer dyke named Harold Colander. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. It came from a European low-level Mason named Harold Colander. Tell me I'm lying. You can't. And then, as I close, the Willie Lynch It's not even real. If it was a Willie Lynch letter, it will be in the Library of Congress. And them Negroes played you. I love Farrakhan for whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying I just like people that try to help people. But when you come up there and with all these people and say this is original and try to say this the reason for this, and I can show you that this fake, and then say, well, it's still valid for us. How can something be valid and it ain't even real? You can't defend something. You can't defend something that ain't even real in a court of law. You look like a damn fool. And that's what we do. Well, it's still valid for us. How? And it's fake. How? How? I ask all my brothers and sisters that love their people, how? And it's fake. I wait. You come with the games, I'm illuminate all the games. You come with the fake masonry, you come with the fake anything that try to discredit anything your own people, I'm gonna show you that you a fool and everybody give credit to your own people. Why? Because the European call himself a son of a Muslim. I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Tell me I'm lying. But the black nigga Mason, that's a fool, will tell you that they some stupid ass widow son. Why? What do they know that you don't know? Somebody talk to me. You can't even come to me. You can't even come to me that. And it only took me 3 hours. All your lodge meetings, all the money you've been given for life is irrelevant. It's Fuji dust. I bet you your goddamn Archon or your Ponte ain't gonna come sit next to me. I guarantee you. Especially if he a nigga Mason. Especially if he was a preacher. Brother Carlin, I know a Prince Hall Mason that went to Flint Northern, that live in Saginaw, that's a preacher. And on Facebook, I should expose him, but I ain't. I'm just telling you, anybody can look him up. He probably went to school with my homeboy Mike Evans. He live in Saginaw right now. You go on his page, he got on all his Freemason regalia. And the Bible tell you we don't take no oath. I'm trying to tell you what I know. That's why I be laughing at our people. They be coming at me. I said, no, y'all the fools. These Negroes know I'm telling the truth. It's a joke. Any other questions? I'm out of here, man. I love y'all. I told y'all it's a Scooby-Doo trick. And until our people wake up, I ain't worried about no Negroes. Don't no Negroes have no power over me. Don't no Negro organization, don't none of that done took the oath, that's under the tenets and the ordinance of some Europeans got no power over me. I done told y'all why, because I can stand alone. And I travel all over on my own dime. What you say? That we agreed to let them lead the world as we found it. How? You said that agree we let them lead the world as we found out how it feels to serve. I don't know we agreed to nothing, Noble, Carlin, but I know our own brothers sisters took an oath for them to pad in their pockets and keep you subjugated. That's what I know. And a lot of religious stuff done that, even in more science. That's why I'm telling y'all, I ain't on nobody's side. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm in the flesh. Oh yeah, Carlin. I'm telling you, yes. You hope not, but yes. I told y'all the big six people got paid to keep you subjugated. I keep telling y'all, the misnomer white man don't have no power. Carlin, as I close. A lot of Nation of Islam Muslims talk about the white man, the devil. Well, how are you under Dianetics and Ron L. Hobart? And I can show you documents, and I know, goddamn, excuse my candor, a Nation of Islam Muslims that's under Dianetics and Ron L. Hobart, and they say the white man, the devil. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'll start pulling out your documents. They'll start stuttering out of their mouth. Tell me, y'all, some of y'all Muslims that's all around the world right now in all cities ain't under Dianetics, Ron L. Hobart, and you call a white man the devil. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'll take you back to Founders Day, back to 2014 down there, when Farrakhan gave credit to Noble Drew Ali, giving this type of Islam to the North American Negro. I'm telling you, they already know this. See, this what these religious Muslims do. Oh, that ain't a picture. That ain't Farrakhan Muhammad. Oh, this ain't him neither. So everything is fake. You say this picture that be on all TV ain't him, but then when you show documents of early times, you say it ain't him. Stop the cap. I told y'all, man, it was always the death of the black Messiah. It's your own people that done got paid to subjugate you as the overseer today. I'm telling you, that's these Greek fraternity Negroes. I'm sorry, you can be mad at me all you want to. That's these religious Negroes. That's these black Masons. That's these black everything. And I call it COINTELPRO. Why? Because according to science and law, black means death. You cannot come to me and talk about you down with reparations and then talk about Black Lives Matter in the same voice. You got to be stupid or a fool. You said, why did Islam bring you inner peace? What you just answered your own question, brother Carlin. See, I be trying to get out of here, but Carlin be asking too many good questions. Why did you say it? Because you was looking for peace. I looked this way, I couldn't find it. Look for the Islam. Look in this way, you didn't find it. You found inner peace, not yet, because you're looking for something deeper than religion. And once you find that God is in the heart, there's you find it. That's what you're looking for. You still on your journey. That's why I'm telling you. You say Islam found you peace. It's just understanding and reason found you peace. Because you had one craft and you saw another craft and you added those tools in your toolbox, which is in Moore's Koran chapter 5. You know, these are the tools in the toolbox. If I show you how the 1 + 1 is 2 and then show you multiplication, you don't get rid of mathematics because you learn multiplication. That's a tool in your toolbox. So what I'm saying, I just gave illumination and language and history. Nothing gave you more. If you have an understanding, those both are tools. What you did is had illumination. So one didn't make you better than the other. If you have understanding of both. I just told you what relate to the other. This is what I'm showing people. Both relate to the other. So this didn't give you this. It's a misunderstanding. And our people that are lost do what? A lack of knowledge, because we refuse to what? Learn. That's what I'm saying. So nothing gave us a better understanding. We may have got a different perspective or a general perspective in a different way of writing. But I just showed you how all this writing come from what? Ancient Semitic and another language, Nabatean alphabet. So you can't say this gave you that when it's derived from that. That's what I be telling people. That's what I'm showing this. So if people have eyes to see, they'll be catching it. But most people don't have eyes to see, because we saying this gave me more inspiration than that. And it can't give you more inspiration than that. That's just like if I took mathematics and say, now, what? Mathematics inspired me to go to this. So now I got both of these crafts. This is what I be trying to show people, the degree of things and the level of things. When I say what? The pendulum swing the same way to the left as it does to the right. You don't have to cut a part of yourself off to be righteous. You must have to understand the degree of everything. This is what I'm telling people about wisdom and understanding. We still acting in a way where we picking and choosing. And it's none of that. It's all yours. These are different degrees of wisdom. These are tools in the toolbox. Brothers still not listening. Brothers still, they being caught up. Yeah, I'm using the rose and the cross. I don't even need the manuscripts. I'm giving wisdom. I told you, anytime you're dealing with true wisdom, they're going to come from wisdom every time. They're going to come from understanding. They're going to come from science. You just said, is this certain thing gave you understanding or gave you peace? Well then, whatever you think or some craft or some Islam gave you peace, it can't be that, because peace is being demonstrated in front of you. You don't want to hear a sermon. You want to see it. I'm demonstrating peace in front of you. This is what I'm saying. This is what I be telling brothers and sisters. We be having an image of things and then be forgetting it. The Holy Spirit works through man, through woman. A prophet and an angel come in the voice of the people. I'm coming to my brother as a liberator. It only takes one of us to take this and spread this. It's you. So what's giving you peace? You draw to what? The wisdom, to the words, to the science, because words have spells. So you are drawn to what? The good spell. It's like in cartoons. You see the aroma on a cartoon, they be flying through the air. I'm giving a pictorial. You got to understand why. Because my people know my voice. My people ain't just Negroes. I just told you I'm in Arizona. I got way more people that don't look like me that rock with me. I can speak for hours with no documents. And this is what I'm telling us. Until we come home, until we respect our brother that's giving us something, until we understand a workman is due his hire, and then watch us do this thing in the flesh and hold me accountable, I'm telling y'all, that's the help I need from my brothers and sisters. As I close, that's the help. So how am I proficient in all this? It's my destiny. This is my programming. This is what I'm born to do. I was born to be an image of righteousness for our people and for all people. That's what I went to the universities for, to be matter-factual, to be able to speak like this, to be sure, to not be put my head down and say somebody better than me. Ain't nobody better than me. I'm a God. I was made in the image of God. I'm not no Negro and black or no color African American if I'm from the image of God, because God didn't make that. American make that. Slaves. Slaves is American. That's modern. And it ain't even American. It's a slave. Made by who? So, as I tell y'all, as I close, I love everyone. Thank y'all for listening to your brother for 3 freaking hours. That's why I said I know I gotta have something good. Because we done been in school all our life. For years and years and years. We done been to church. Some of us finna go to church Sunday, Brother Carlin. We getting ready to have our class reunion in August. And then they want everybody to go to some stupid ass church. And this what our class reunion, we're gonna go to this church. Why would I go to some church and I am Melchizedek? Why would I go to some church and I'm from the city of Flint and I know all this and I am the anointed one? And they'll tell you why. Why we listen to a whole bunch of stupid stuff? And in our class reunion, we got our own brother. We should be like, well, we done rented this. We gonna listen to our brother and give a dissertation of who we are in history, in religion, in spirituality. Not we finna go to some stupid ass church. What if you got brothers and sisters in the class reunion that's Islamic, that's Muslims, that's Christians, or Jews? You say, I am tight, shit, for my help. I got this week. I know, it's all good. And I love everybody. Hold my word to observe. That's right. You have to. You have to. And I always say, when you have somebody to talk to, you should always come for counsel. That's what wisdom does. You always come for counsel. You always come for wisdom. Because you can be sincere. You can be sincerely wrong. I tell all my young nobles, I say when wisdom comes, it's going to make you excited. But it can also mess your life up. You have to know how to use those degrees. Just like a straight razor, you're not going to give it to your son. You're not going to give wisdom to understand to a person that can go kill himself and make themselves a know-it-all to their family and friends and on a job. I told y'all, Brother Carlin, I know too many grown men that's older than you that this happened to, Brother Carlin. As I close, my muftis will tell you. He go like, Sheik is giving you wisdom. Why don't brothers want to listen? I know too many people that done lost their job and then walked out their job. And they was like, your Sheik don't talk like this. And they were like, well, how you know my Sheik? They were like, because you say this, we listening to you. The police have a thing called the internet. They call it a sovereign citizen on the internet. I'm telling you. And they call it the Internet Task Force. They make fake pages. They follow all of it. That's why I'm telling y'all. If you don't believe what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I got a curriculum. That's what I keep telling people. Brother Carla, everything people be saying, when a person say that, especially my students, they'll be like, well, I think we're going to keep requesting things what this brother already have. I keep telling people I'm an elder. I have a school. I have a curriculum. I have a syllabus. I have everything. I have study books. I have everything to get a person on the right path. This is what I be telling people, but it ain't nothing else I can say to my own people. It's nothing I can say. We all know something, and then when you ask a person their background, their background is all Fuji dust. No disrespect, their background is all Fuji dust, and they be trying to tell me something, and I say, well, this is already established. This is why I'm saying I'm getting ready to be gone, and I've been giving people stuff for free for years. I've been courting and doing charity for years. If people go on my YouTube channel, I've been doing this for years. For years. If you follow me, Google Khari Goodman Bey, Minister Khari Goodman Bey, you've seen I've been doing this for years. I have my own temples and schools. You've seen I've been doing this for years. For years. So, like I tell people, hey, it's already been done. And I'm only here for a minute. And that's what I tell people. It said, this is my life. I didn't go in debt and all this to be some poor righteous teacher. I wanted this to say I can make a living off educating my people. And then I thought I can do it for donations and things and small donations and build our infrastructure. But maybe I was wrong. And now I'm being welcome to come to these houses where they want to pay me a salary and have me write and put me in the museum, the MUSAEUM, and pay me for food and for being home and all this. And I say, nobody can be mad at me because I've done it all. I've shared everything that I can share with all my brothers and sisters. And that's what I'm saying as I'm coming to the end of doing YouTube stuff and Facebook stuff. Nobody can say that I didn't come and share everything. And that's why I say I'll be sad, because this coming to an end. No, you got it wrong again. You got it wrong again. Research I tell people, research what I'm saying. The museum, meaning the scholars in the museum, also known as the Museum of Alexandria. That's why I said when you study Alexandria, I told y'all when you go back to Alexandria, it's over. People are always profess something and don't say nothing. I said the museum was in Alexandria. The museum, also spelled as the Mouseeion and the Musaeum. The Musaeum and the Mouseion of Alexandria. This is what I'm telling you that I'm being brought to in England to say, man, the wisdom that you got in the academia, you should be wealthy. This is what I'm telling you, what scholars and Europeans and educational houses saying. They like, you should be wealthy. And they be perplexed that off the internet I made, dollars. And they like, why you continue to do this? Because the niggly stuff like Charleston Whites, I'm just saying what they saying, and all this stupid stuff, this conscious community and all this fake stuff, the conscious community, they made dollars. Polite and all this stuff has been fake, and you've been right here in the midst, and they all know you, and they afraid and fear your wisdom. What you say, walk in because I believe you. And this is what I'm telling you. And people think this fake. I can show you another brother that had to go all the way to Europe and he lectured at Harvard and Oxford and Cambridge. He got a gang of videos. I used to share it with my muftis. And most of his lectures are where? In universities where white people are. The same way when Muhammad Ali got banned for boxing, you didn't see Muhammad Ali going to lecture at misnumbered black historical universities. Muhammad Ali was lecturing where? At all white universities, wasn't he? And he was getting paid under the what? The Scholars Roundtable. They have money for this. I'm telling you, the same way what I do. And that's why I said I'm getting ready to be gone in a minute. And the reason why I say that is because I have a lot to offer. And I have books and everything. And when I come and do this, it don't do me no good. And I'm not saying it ain't about money, but I'm trying to do something. We're trying to build our brick and mortar. And other people like, why don't you come here? We'll help you do this and just teach our family. Yeah, and so you the truth. The Catholic, the Islam ain't nothing but catechism. My professor is the Catholic priest. This is what I keep telling y'all. That's why I keep telling. They're like, brother, you Melchizedek, why don't you just come here? We'll help you, but you got to leave that alone. I'm trying to tell y'all, everybody knows that's a Mason and anybody they know, because they know that I'm not black and I don't promulgate on no black Christian codes. They know I'm Melchizedek. They know I come from the ancient teachings, so I'm accepted. And I know the language. This is what I'm telling y'all. And I know about tax exempt codes and how to do things the right way. This is what I'm telling people. I've been doing this for so long. And when people like me, like one of my professors said, they're like, you ain't viral. Even somebody else that met me, they're like, all this other stupid stuff go viral and you can clear up everything and can't nobody say nothing. Like, wow, people ain't shared you. They like, yep, we sleep. And I told you, we messed up. I'm sorry. We just messed up. I'm right here. And I'm telling y'all, I'm getting ready to be gone real soon. I tell all my muftis this. They be like, what you mean gone, she? I said, y'all will see. I'm still be here dealing with my people. But I'm going to be gone. All this is over. Because it's all the stuff that I put on YouTube and all this. Let me tell y'all something. A group of people was like, man, why don't you take all that off YouTube and put it on the database and take all that off and then come teach us this? I'm telling you. Especially when I come from the Jewish manuscript and the Sephirots. They're like, man, your people ain't adapted to what you saying yet. Because they know I'm telling the truth. You said, your voice makes my white friends run, LOL. This is what Brother Carlin said. He said, your voice make my white friends run. I know, because it's like a quickening voice. I'm telling you. Everybody say this. I got white colleagues. I'm 48, Brother Carlin. I got professors. My professors were like, well, Karikam and here Bay is here. Well, we just let him speak. And I'm like, speak on what? They're like, whatever. I was speaking on blah, 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 blah. And I just come right off the dome. Boom. And they'd be like, well, why he ain't a professor here? They'd be like, why he ain't a professor here? I said, because if I was a professor here, I couldn't teach this. He's bringing me in as a guest speaker. He's bringing me in as a lecturer. Y'all pay for this. You see what I'm saying, Brother Carlin? This is what I'm saying. I can go on and on for days. So when it makes your white friends run, no, because they hear it. They hear that holy breath. They know the holy breath. And anything religion they under, any religious scientific matter they under, they know what he knows. And especially if they're a Freemason, what? If they're a Scottish Rite Mason, which most of the Europeans are, or they under a different science with the black fez with the red tassel, they know what I'm talking about, and they know that they a son of a Muslim. Ask them, tell me, am I lying? Then I start going deeper with the wisdom. I start calling them the Anglo-Saxon. And then I start going what they know with my European professors with Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9. They ain't no Jews. You said one said why I don't like pork no more. Okay, want me to tell you why? Okay, because in the Bible, in the dietary laws, that's why. You don't got to say no Islam. I told y'all. The, Elijah Muhammad book, Eat to Live, that comes from the Kashuric diet, not the kosher. The kasher diet. That's where all it comes from. And because that type of animal was not considered food. That's why. So you can say Quranic, no, it ain't. That comes from Bible. The pig don't sweat. It tells you why. Everything in the Bible tells you. And we was under what? A kasher diet. We was under a kasher diet. That's why. So when they say why you don't eat pork no more, because it's unclean, and you don't need to eat pork, and it's other things that you can eat, and you don't need it. You don't need nothing. If you're going on your laws and tenets, if you say you a Muslim or a so-called Christian, hell, you don't eat it. But it ain't Islam. It's still from the Bible. It's a kosher diet that comes from the Moors. That come from other science. That's why I be telling y'all the Bible and the Quran take stuff from other things. This is what I just demonstrated earlier. That's what I showed y'all. Religion separate us. When I give it to language, when I give you ancient language, it's a wrap. When I give ancient language, Brother Carlin, it's a wrap. They cannot agree. You have to agree. The only reason why they can't agree is they have a motive, Brother Carlin. How are they going to disagree to something that's word? How? Then you have a motive. They can't disagree on nothing. It ain't nothing they disagree. I'll show you all in Elijah Muhammad book, Eat to Live, and then I'll show you when you read it, it's all a goddamn kosher diet, aka kosher diet. It'll tell you right in the goddamn pages. Tell me I'm lying. And I illuminate everything people be talking that stupid stuff. I'm telling you, it's just what it is, family. I'm out of here. I've been going for 3 hours and 21 minutes, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Everything. Thank y'all for taking time. Support the temple and school. If you got donations and you want to give to our temple and school, support us. Buy some literature from our companies. Buy some clothing. I love y'all, man. Thank you. Peace, light, and illumination. Babe.